Hey everyone, welcome to the NMB 48 podcast, Takoyaki Party, episode 35. I'm your host, Matt. I'm sitting in for Joe, who is busy doing like real life stuff, like getting a new job, moving to Japan, playing Persona 5. But joining me here today is Ryan. Ryan, what's good?
Hello. I
That's
can't beat
good.
them. I can't beat Devil Joe. It's really
Can't be Devil
annoying.
Joe.
Yeah.
I tried fighting him earlier for the first time. And also joining us is Andy, the man of the hour, Andy.
Sup? I just killed Devil Joe.
You just killed Devil Joe. So while Joe's not here, Devil Joe is. I don't know. So we got a show for
Joe in
you.
Japanese.
Yeah, it's Evil Joe in Japanese.
Evil Joe.
Yeah. It's like his evil twin brother.
So on the show, first we're going to start talking about the news, and so let's talk about the 18th single, Yokubomono. Came out last week, and what do you guys think about it? I personally think it's a step down from What the People, but
Get out of here.
think?
Get out of
What do
here.
you think, Ryan? Okay, what do you think, Andy?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, like, we can see that why people would associate this as a kind of like copying, like the Takoyaki vibe thing. I kind of get it. I get it. It works. People liked it. I think a lot of people liked it, like especially people outside of NMB. I think more people outside of NMB like this song more than actual NMB fans who like this song.
Even more than like 48.
Yeah, like
fans?
just like 48. Well, not even 48. Just like it just could be like it could be even be 46 group fans that like in general
Ooh.
like people outside of NMB fans. I feel like there's more of those people who actually like Yokubomono more than the NMB fans itself. Like you
That's true.
you don't like Yokubomono.
I don't like it.
Jeff
It's
doesn't
not a
like
bad
it
song,
either.
and it is very much like Keyakizaka. It's it's cool.
Uh,
I think it's a very forgettable song. I could not tell you like the chorus or anything. It's very forgettable. I listened to it like yesterday, and I just remembered it. How about you, Ryan?
I think your hatred for it is overstated, but
I hate it more.
no, I mean I quite like it actually. Like NMB always does the recent trend for NMB is to do like a silly song and then um dance song like alternately, and I think this is their dance song. um we can't deny the Keaki influence, but I will deny that they copied the Keaki. It's not that they copied Keaki, it's that people have realized that like the cool image for idols is in, and that's
Yeah,
NMB just like getting on that train. And also Yuri said it's her favorite NMB single, so I'm contractually obligated to like it.
oh, Yuri said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, while I don't care so much for the A side, there's also some B side songs on there that are one of them's pretty good.
Which one did you
Did you
like?
like?
I like Good Timing.
Oh,
The Lolicon.
is it because you're a lolicon?
No, it's just because it was a good song. Them being like underage is, I guess, a bonus.
Call the police! Call the police!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. But what do you guys? I also, I guess, I watched the videos, so I think
Yeah.
I like the Team B2 video. It's like that weird like
50s vibe?
50s vibe, and then like the weird like rewind and like slow motion. It's kind of 90s, 80s vibe too.
Yeah, maybe it's not 50s. Maybe it's like
It's
a
not
diner
50s.
in the 80s.
It's
something
50s
like-
diner, but then yeah, like the shooting style is very like 90s, like the weird like whoa, slow motion stop reverse, slow motion stop reverse. You know,
Also the colors and the outfits, right? Very like
very
very 90s.
fluorescent.
Yeah. I didn't care for the actual song though.
Yeah.
Like the video was really nice, I agree, but like the song itself was eh. Well, it's not really much. We can't really expect much from like coupling songs for like B-sides for teams. So I mean, what's the last good one? Like a team song coupling.
Was it the not Kiboteki refrain, the other 90s, the other 50s diner style song, Teeman song.
Kyusen
From-
Kyote.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago, man. It's like
I know, that's how good it is. It's
it's really
timeless.
it's really good, but I don't think that's the last good team song. I don't know.
Was it the same one as Bokudake no Secret Time? Was it the same? I think it was the same one, right? No, that was a bit after, right?
I don't
Do you
know. Somewhere, well, it was around the same period
I
though.
think it was during Shonen, maybe is when it came out. So
Yeah, I thought like Yumeni Iroganai Ryu was pretty good. The Team N song, like the video was kind of awful though. The song is nice.
Which one? The kimono one?
No, it's the one where they're all white and it's like super bloomed, like everything's white.
I don't.
They were sitting on a table and they were all like sleeping or something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was like Jesus and the 12 disciples Last Supper thing. Anyways, whatever.
no, okay.
The which one was that? The Yuri Rippon song. The first one was good too. Hakanai Monogatari. Yeah, that was good too. And I'm sure someone's gonna say like Fairy is good. The B2 coupling song for it was Shu Nagisa centered. Anyways, let's move on.
That's a while ago.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Yeah, okay. So that's just any other opinions on the 18th single?
Nope.
You guys good?
Well,
yeah.
we should talk about like Akarin getting a solo song.
Oh yeah, I try to.
Does it have an MV?
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Then who cares?
Does it have an MV? Nope.
It's
Who
horrible.
cares?
Yeah.
Oh man, I saw the Joy Rico solo during Zenaku. It was kind of awkward because people didn't know how to mix or call it, and people were kind of surprised actually that they got her. Like Zenaku actually only had like a mini live in Zenaku only has like 5 songs, and like one of the songs is Joe solo.
Sounds like a bad idea. I guess it's to promote the new songs, but also like we only have that many songs. You should like pick like the best ones, or should you pick the new ones? What do you guys think?
or like the ones that people will like react to.
Like we wrote the people. They did that one though, right?
Yeah, of course they did.
Because it's the best song.
Also, that good timing is it's the exact same group from Sasa Saiko, except for Mirai who graduated. So maybe they want to push that as some kind of unit.
All right, then let's see. Well, since the last time we talked, Yuri was gone, but now she's back.
Yeah.
And Ryan is so happy.
Yeah.
And she cut her hair.
She did.
Did you talk to her about that? You saw her at the Handshake event recently.
Yeah. No, the weird thing is that it's so like she literally comes back and like nothing happens. It's like they didn't really make a big production out of her coming back, which I really appreciated. Like I was like worried that they were gonna do like Deden and then Yuri's back. What they just did was that they announced that she's gonna be back for like this show. If they even announced it, they just put her name on it, and it's like, oh yeah, she's back, and that was it, which is okay. I mean, she probably doesn't want the unnecessary attention too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And during her first handshake, I'm pretty sure she got a lot of like the okairi, and I mean, she was expecting that, like, okay, welcome back, and she was expecting that. So she got like 100 of those, I guess, and not just 100, like more than 100. But yeah, so yeah, it's like she didn't skip a beat, I guess, just like kept doing what she missed. It was really weird because she was part of like the AKB single too, like Ja Ja Ja, and
Ja.
oh sorry.
I mean, might as well.
So when she came back, she joined like music station and all the other stuff for the promo of that song, which is weird because she's not on the video. And then they cut. The weird thing about AKB is that they just like they cut the promo time of Jabaja because they just announced a new single.
Yeah.
So
AKB is a machine that doesn't ever stop.
Yeah, I wish they'd take a break.
Just take like a year off, you know. Hey, you guys don't need to do singles this year. Don't worry about the election.
Yeah.
Don't worry about like the hundreds of billions of yen you make every year.
It's not that though. It's the non-stop churn. Like I wish like sometimes they'd like let things breathe.
Well, when they do, fans are saying, "Oh yeah, see, look, that's the downfall of AKB. That's why like we used to get 5 singles, and now they don't sell as well, so they can't do 5 singles. They have to do 4. They have to do 3." People always associate that with popularity.
You know what? I agree with that because it really pissed me off because like for last year, people were saying that NMB's on the decline because they only released one single. It's like no, they even had an album. It's the same thing.
Does it count? Does it count? Does the album count as a single?
I mean, they did the same
We
thing.
we treated it basically like a single though, because
Yeah.
you had Masako Singapore.
Yeah, and they did the
All the other
Asia
songs.
tour and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that transitions to the 52nd single. So Yuuri was in the 51st single. She was in Jabberjaw, aka Ja Ja Ja, and the 52nd single is Teacher Teacher, and Yuuri is not in it.
She's got
And,
blacklisted, yo.
She got blacklisted. Akarin, who was not in Jabberjaw, is back in the Simbatsu, and also Ayan too.
Yeah. Well.
Well,
So
It's
I'm,
unavoidable.
Andy
well,
saying
I'm
she's
pretty
blacklisted.
sure AKS was kind of pissed off. You know, like oh, we introduced this member into the Senbatsu for the first time, and then she didn't like participate at all in it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure like someone in AKS is probably a little bit pissed off. Like, okay, next one, then we're not gonna get her again.
Or maybe indefinitely never put her back in
Well,
until
we will
like
see. We will see. In
yeah,
a
until
year,
like
we'll
Saika graduates, Miura graduates, and I go, well, I guess we could put in Yuri, you know, third string. Well, if the same thing happened to Milky, right? Like
Well,
when
Milky
she had, like,
was a
her
scandal
fifth
stuff.
scandal or
Yeah,
whatever,
so
and
like after the
got moved to
scandal,
SKE.
she just got nothing from like AKB. Even like when she was voted in through Senkyo, yeah, they put her. They have to put her in one of them singles, right? And
Yeah.
after that,
Like,
they
what was
just-
her last So the last one she was in Halloween night, and then before that was the last one she was in. Was it Bokutachi? Tatakawanai? No.
Yeah. It was. I think it was literally a year.
Yeah.
Like, and she didn't even get into the Senkyo single of that year, of the one before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't really say it wasn't her fault because it was. So it's hard to compare this time because.
Well,
like,
it was
I mean,
Yudi's fault. She wanted to take a break.
well, she was sick.
Well, we don't know that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't.
Did you ask her that? I mean, you go to see her the most out of us.
the
You probably know more about us than
exclusives.
she does.
Now, see, Andy really wanted to talk about this. I
Yeah.
didn't want to talk about this, and now
get
you
to tell.
bring it
Yeah,
up.
now you have to tell the story.
Gets the juicy info. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I didn't ask. Well, I guess like I didn't plan on asking her, but like, so I asked her like, oh, so how are you? I actually said like Genki. I said Genki. So are you healthy? And she's like Genki ni narimashita. So I got healthy. And then so she said like before she took a break, she was like really really out of it. So the Japanese word she used was like tamashi nukemashita, which is how do you translate that?
Just basically saying you're like a living corpse. Like
Yeah, my
basically
soul
your
was
soul has
gone.
been removed from your body. So you're basically just like a zombie. You're just doing work. You're not really like
Well-
in it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that's how she described it. So I got like really curious, right? So it's like, so were you sick or was it some mental kind of thing? And the staff actually stepped in. It's like, please don't ask private things.
Wow.
Yeah, and so
She asked for
actually,
a
like,
phone number too while you're at it, like asking for the private info. I mean, I know you already have it, but just ask it. Just
no, I wouldn't have asked it if I didn't think it was like that
taboo.
private,
Yeah.
and she was talking about it, but so okay, whatever.
Ryan felt really bad about that because, well, like first of all, he got told off by someone. Apparently the staff was serious. Like apparently, according to him, like the staff was like, oh yeah, like if he was pushing a little bit more, like the staff would probably kick him out.
Well, we don't know that, but
banned from Yuri forever.
Yeah, And it's
How
also
would you feel?
it's just also I think what makes like it makes it even more awkward is I guess the way Yuri responded. Like if Yuri told the staff like, oh, it's okay, okay, then let's move on to a different topic. I think it wouldn't be as awkward, but like
Hmm.
but Yuri was just like, yeah, like kind of going along with the staff, which made it extra more awkward, to move on from. Like, did you finish the talk there, or like did you actually have to talk to her for some more?
No, I had like maybe 2 minutes more after
Oh
that.
shit!
Jeez.
How did you transition it?
So like,
Oh,
how
well.
about them? How about the Tigers? How are they doing?
Something like that. She was like, ja, I don't know. She was like, okay, let's move on. I mean, it seemed like she was also taken aback by it. I mean, I don't think she expected the staff to step in. So, whatever.
Was the staff good looking?
Nah,
This guy, the dude.
asshole.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well, I guess that's it for Yuri. Anyway, moving on to the concerts. Yes, Lemon had a concert day before Fuuchan's graduation concert. I think the only highlight, me and Ryan, we watched bits and pieces of it on the stream. And I think the highlight was first Jin did Sasa Saiko. So I think maybe that's my favorite part. And also they put Lemon in a box and shipped her to Omiya.
They did a lot of fun things, I think, with the Lemon concert.
Well, I guess that's the thing with when you have a member that has a really strong character, you can play a lot of themes around it. Like, imagine if Udon, like, Renapyeon actually had like a graduation concert. If she ever has one, there'll be a lot of things to play around with.
That's true.
Because just like how big that character image is,
Yeah. Because like with Lemon, they even started the concert with everyone was wearing a lemon
The lemon
headpiece.
heads, yeah.
But like specific girls were wearing other stuff, and it was really funny because like Sayaka was wearing the home base, and Fuuchan had ice cream sunglasses. Who else?
Yamada,
I know like
Yamada had not Yamada. What do I keep calling him? Because when I keep thinking about Post, I think of Yamada. Post Yamada. No,
Azusa.
Azusa had the Post thing, the mailbox.
Yeah, Azusa had the mailbox, and I think Momone was wearing
Peach.
a peach, which is a play on her name, Momo. And then did Momorun have like karage?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I
Anyways,
didn't watch the concert, so I don't know.
Okay. But a lot of them had like funny headpieces. And the joke was that the girls who were wearing the lemon headpieces had basically no character or were boring.
Oh, wow. Would you agree with that statement? Yes? No?
Well, I'm pretty sure
No.
Yuri wore a lemon.
Oh.
Yes, of course she did. But Nagisa had the lemon thing too, so maybe they didn't have enough time to give it to everyone.
Well, Nagisa doesn't. Well, Nagisa, what is she gonna dress as a Hachiko?
Or a cat.
Yeah, dog.
Why is she a dog?
Hachiko.
Yeah.
Nagisa,
She did that in yeah.
Oh, what's the Hachiko
That's her
reference
catchphrase.
from?
It's her catchphrase, Matt.
Okay. Oh man, you guys bust me. I talked about how much I love Nagisa, and now I don't know anything about her.
Anyway,
so yeah, that's the Lemon concert, I guess.
The ending was really funny, as Matt mentioned, because they have a concert on Monday in Saitama, which is where Lemon is from.
Yeah.
They have a Team N only concert, and then at the end of the Lemon concert in Osaka, they actually put her inside lemon boxes and put her on trolley. Put her on a trolley and shipped her to Saitama.
Yeah, there's like a sign on it says to Saitama.
Yeah.
But then she was in the Fuuchan concert the next day, so
Yeah, she was.
they broke the whole illusion. I'm disappointed in that.
It was they did this in the Keiichi Shu Rainian concerts too
Yeah,
because
but they didn't emphasize. Like they didn't emphasize.
yeah,
But I feel like in Fuuchan's one, I think she was actually in one of the units, or like,
was she?
or
Well,
well, at least she was. There was a part where people were actually like chanting her names because she
uh,
comes up and sing or something. I don't know.
yeah,
Hmm.
but she didn't do MCs or anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think she just hid because yeah, supposedly she's already graduated. So
Okay.
yeah, let's talk about Fuchan.
Let's talk about Fuuchan. Yeah. So I guess there's a lot to go into this. You guys want to start like from the beginning, like you guys getting your tickets and that whole process.
Well, I
The
mean,
really
like
cool,
obviously
the really cool guy.
none of us won. Like, cause I think even you, Matt, you planned to come,
Yeah, I
right?
played.
Like we
Yeah.
all, like a bunch of us planned to come, but like I guess none of us won any tickets. It was
Yeah.
just too hard. Like with Shu and K, it's already really hard. They're already like really big members. So if for
Hmm.
people who don't know, they all the graduate. Even with the Daeneon too, they were all in Oryx Theater, which is the same. It's about only about like 2K or something like that.
Hmm.
Like two
Yeah,
thousand people. So like the thing is too small. And Fuchan is a really big member. Like if you think about it, it's an NMB. She's one of the really big members. Like maybe
She
not as
was
big.
bigger than the others.
Well, she's bigger than Shu and K, I would say. Like
yeah, she
so
definitely
she's
is.
definitely bigger than Shu and K. And then
Her
I
photo
mean,
book doesn't say so.
well, Shu didn't even get a photo book.
Yeah,
Well,
but
right.
Keiichi did, and
She
I
got
mean,
two.
yeah,
Oh, this is different.
because she has assets, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so like putting in such a huge members graduation concert in such a tiny hall, it's just like asking for disaster. And then basically, so we had
But it's
to.
also like it's not like they could put her in a big hall either, right? Like,
They
Well,
or
they
could.
would there be
could. The
another
thing, like
option?
they
What
could
would be the
have
option?
no, they could have done the Kobe one. I'm pretty sure it would have sold.
Yeah,
The Kobe
I
Like
one.
think the
sell
problem
out.
with the Kansai area is they don't have like a mid-size venue.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So anything like somewhere between like Oryx Hall and Osaka Joe Hall. The problem is like we always want Osaka Joe Hall, right? But it's really hard to get Osaka Joe Hall because it's a popular venue and
Mm-hmm.
people really hate Kobe.
Yeah, but for the sake of it, I wouldn't mind if it went to Kobe.
Yeah.
Like Kobe at
Uh,
least has
I w-
10K. Like I mean, like at least it gets people in. So
yeah. I think we could have filled Kobe, you're right. Because that's how big Fuchan
I
is.
think we could have filled Kobe. But either way,
Yeah.
so we all failed. So we had to buy resale tickets. So not something we encourage people to do, but left us no choice. I just the only thing I have to mention about is I give an A for our reseller.
His Yelp review or whatever
Yelp.
is
Yeah,
a.
5 star and A plus plus. But the thing was, our reseller, like, he's actually a fan because, like, even Ryan's seen him. I saw him last time at the two shot event as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I saw him in Ikebukuro. It was funny.
yeah, so I'm pretty
It
sure.
got
So
awkward.
it just means that he's a reseller, but he is actually a fan. Like whereas some of the resellers are just resellers, so they're not really fans.
They work for the Yakuza, so
Yeah,
they don't care. They just want the money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what to talk about
So,
so like the grad
talk about the set
concert?
list
Yeah, yeah.
or whatever.
No, I
You
don't want
guys'
to talk about.
seats.
Well, the seats were okay, I guess. It wasn't like totally terrible, but it wasn't super good either. But like I never expected super good from like a resale ticket, like because if it's really good, he would just sell it for really high.
Mm-hmm.
So it was okay. I was satisfied where we were. Like it could have been better, but I feel like at least I thought the amount that I paid for it was all right. And
You said that those are the fan club's tickets
yeah,
too.
they were actually like he
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
provided like a receipt that actually showed that it was a fan club one. So usually fan clubs get like first dibs on better seats. So
In this case, all the seats were the better seats.
Yeah,
probably
at that point, I think like anything that could have just gotten you into the hall was good seats.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then let's talk about the highlights.
Well,
guess.
like for me, I personally didn't think the grad like the concert itself was that amazing. Like I didn't think it was that amazing. Like I don't know, maybe I was expecting more, but like the two songs that they did that made me really feel like it was worth coming was obviously For You Shogun, and the second
Which is a
gen
song.
song.
She's the sinner.
Yeah, so
of-
Fuuko Shogun is the center of. It's a Fuuchan song, like everybody knows. If you think about Fuuchan, when you ask someone, what song would you associate Fuuchan to? Always Fuuko Shogun. Like that's the
Rashikunai.
but that's Fumiru thing, right? So like if you're talking about only Fuuchan, everybody would say Fuuko Shogun, and that's all the Fuuchan fans always vote for Fuuko Shogun for request hour as well. Yeah, so like the only two songs that I thought it was really good in the concert was For You Shogun and the second gen song, which I don't know the name of. It was one of the songs from Warota people, I think.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know the name either.
Yeah, but you watched it, right, Matt, on stream?
Bits and pieces, but like I said, I tuned in and out.
Okay, it's
Also,
Jibu
because
no
I had a
Iro.
stream that like they cut out like the last 15 minutes
Yeah.
or whatever, cut out the encore or whatever. So
We can talk about
even
that.
Jeff was watching it too. Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Actually, like because they were so both Miorin and Fuchan concerts were simulcast on a new pay service again from Yoshimoto called Osaka Channel. And I guess this time around, what happened was they reserved like a 3 hour block for the concert. It was like 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
But the problem was during the I think it ran long.
I think it started at
It
6:30,
started late.
didn't it?
Yeah, it started late. That's
Yeah, I started late, so that's the first mistake, right? And then so when they were singing the second gen song, I think, and they it went over 9 p.m. It just cut off. It got it like
Says
actually
broadcast
like,
is over.
yeah. So people went crazy on the internet because like it was the climax of the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And then they just cut it off, and people got really pissed to the point that like YNN had to like go on Twitter and apologize and say that they were gonna release the archive really early so that people could watch it. But moment ruined.
You had one job, basically.
Yeah. So Andy said that he liked Fuyu Shogun and Jibo no Iro, which is the second gen song. I'm gonna say that I also liked Finland, Finland Miracle, because they did the whole thing.
It was a good tie-in,
Fuchan
right?
went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
the
was a good
video was
tie-in.
playing in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she went to Finland, right, for YNN, because all these years, like when they do the like MCs or like on YNN and stuff, like, so what do you want to do on YNN? So people would say like realistic stuff, right? Like Natsu would say, "Oh, I want to eat ramen" or something, and someone would say like, "Oh, I want to pet dogs" or something, and then YNN would give that to them because it's realistic.
Are you talking about Lipopo?
Yeah.
That's the stupidest segment ever, where like she literally just goes around like walking
Petting
dogs and
dogs.
like touching dogs. It's so stupid. This is the most boring
Yeah.
shit ever.
Yeah, but Fuchan has always said that she wants to go see the aurora,
Mm.
and people have always laughed at it because like, yeah, no one's gonna let you go to see the aurora. That's absurd.
The Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, the aurora borealis. And so like during the last YNN 24-hour broadcast, like at the very end. So this was after Fuchan already announced her graduation. At the very end, they just gave Fuchan like a piece of paper, and it says like Yagura Fuuko will go to see the aurora. So they did that like a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago or something, and they.
That was like because they came back, like their flight was delayed or something. They missed their flight, and the same day they
Yeah.
had like a handshake event.
They
So
almost
started
missed
late.
it. They almost missed it. Yeah.
I think that was like
I think
February is when
Fuchan
it
skipped
was.
like the. Yeah. They got stuck in Denmark for some reason. It was really funny, and so they sang Finland Miracle. And the thing is that Finland Miracle is 3 people, but only 2 of them went to Finland. So Fuuchan and Naru went to Finland.
Mm-hmm.
They had to have a third member. So Irie was the third member, and it was like, what are you doing there? But yeah, it was nice because like Fuuchan went around Oryx Hall, so she went to like the second floor. She went pretty close to Andy and I. So Andy was, but then they actually said like, please do not stand. So you have to sit down while the members are going around.
Mm. It's a real buzzkill.
Yeah, but other people were like assholes were standing up, and Andy was saying like even during the whole thing, he was like, I should have been an asshole. I just stood up and so that Fuuchan could see me.
Yeah, I was like, Ryan, we're too good. We followed the rules. We should have just stood
Yeah.
up.
You guys could have gotten
Yes.
away with it as foreigners too.
Yeah, Gaijin Smash.
Yep.
So also what one more thing is I don't want to undersell Fuyu Shogun. This is really good, but they started Fuyu Shogun like Fuchan came out in her dress and the traditional graduation thing where during double encore you come out and you wear a dress and you say goodbye to everyone and then you sing whatever song, right? And they did like a ballad version of Fuyu Shogun
In the beginning, anyway.
like for yeah in the beginning for maybe like one or two lines and then they transitioned to like actual Fuyu Shogun.
Mm.
So I was saying that I wish they did like the full ballad version of Fuyu Shogun and then like the full other version of the real version of Fuyu Shogun because like with this one Fuchan couldn't wear the Fuyu Shogun outfit and she wasn't dancing because she had a big dress on. So I mean they could have done it twice. It doesn't matter. People would have enjoyed it.
Before you teased something with Anchu at the Fuuchan concert.
What?
So,
Yeah.
now you have you have to deliver, Andy. You have to deliver
You've
on
been
this.
teasing this for a while, so we need our the Anchu minute.
Yeah. What?
He said there was like something Anchu did something at the Fuuchan concert that
I was just something really stupid. I just used it to tease you guys because you guys were getting all like, "Oh my god, what are you talking about?"
is exclusive.
The exclusives. No, it wasn't really anything special. So like right in the beginning, where all the members came out to the audience and they were gonna like throw balls and stuff,
Yeah.
like sign balls. So basically, we're on the second floor, right? So obviously no members came to us. So all the members are on the first floor. So like Anchu was right below us, so I was looking at Anchu, and obviously like Ryan was just staring at Yuuri the whole time. So like that's why he has no clue what was going on. So I was looking at Anchu because Anchu was really interesting. So basically, so like they were singing. So basically, what they usually do is they sing the song while holding the ball. Usually that's when the period where they're trying to like taunt all the fans, and like all the fans are like getting ready to catch, don't know when they're gonna throw. So anyway, during that point of moment, she took this person's dude's uchiwa. That was like a fan's uchiwa that's right in front of her, and then she starts like waving it around. So okay, so like after they finished that song, or at least the part of the song they're about to throw, I saw her that she actually went up and talked to the dude like, "Hey, lend me your pen light and I'll give you the ball after." Like I can't hear I can't hear what she actually said, but like from her gestures, you know how like Anchu when she talks, she does a lot of body gestures.
Yeah.
So like just from the gesture, I knew what she was asking. So and it was so the guy gave past his pen light to her, and she started waving his pen light, and she just like passed the ball to him instead of like throwing it out. He just like gave it to him, but she didn't want to like make it super obvious either. So she was like just like take it. So that was about it. I just thought it was very Anchu like, you know what I mean, like.
Go against the norm.
Well, not just
crazy.
normal, yeah. She just wanted to do her shit, and she doesn't. She's like, probably in her head was like, even if I throw it, and if some guy who's not my Oshi catches it, he probably won't be that happy anyway. So like, I'll just give it to this dude, right in front of me.
Yep.
I think the best part of that is because she wanted to like fool around. That's why she took the uchiwa and pen light and like started waving it around,
Yeah.
while the other members were singing.
Yeah.
She was bored. Bored, might as well have fun doing something dumb. All right, that's cool. So we can now do it for the Fuuchan grad concert stuff, right?
Yeah, I
Anything else
guess.
from the concert proper? And you also
What
you have a couple
else?
things. Do you want
Oh,
to talk
we should
about
talk about
the
Talk
double
about a double
encore. So
encore.
the
yeah,
encore? Yeah,
Double
okay, because
encore.
I didn't see that part at all.
So
So
basically, these days, same with Shu, Reinian, and Keiichi, when they graduated, all the committees they printed so they make their own like Uchiwa thing, like so the fan thing, the fan like a I don't even know how you call that in English, like a paper fan,
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
Uchiwa paper
I
fan.
guess.
So either way, so they usually have obviously one side would be this member's graduation concert, and the other side is usually like what they plan to do. Like they want you to read it and see like what they like. For example, for this song, they want you to turn your pen light to this. If this song, I mean, they want you to hold the uchiwa, blah blah blah, stuff like that. So basically, when we got the uchiwa, there's actually another piece of paper that was stuck on the uchiwa. It's you can see like it wasn't something they planned before. It was like a sudden thing. So the piece of paper is basically talking about them wanting a double encore. Because I think Miorin got a double encore. No, she didn't, right?
No, she didn't. She
Okay,
didn't.
so either way, so they posted that on everyone's Uchiwa as just like an extra instruction how they wanted to prompt a double encore.
Before you go on to that, Andy, I just want to say that the Fuuchan concert is the first concert I've been to where the graduation committee asked way too much from the audience. It was really annoying because they asked for like 4 or 5 things. So usually, like when you go to these things, they will say, okay, in the overture, just call Fuchan or whatever, and then during Fuyu Shogun, do color white or something, and then Fuchan call in the ending. That's a very normal like graduation concert. Like pretty much everyone I've been to has been very similar to that. Even the Milky concert was like that. They asked for 3 things, I guess. Like the Fuchan concert, they asked for everything. They were like, okay, this song, first 4 songs, this color, this color, this color. If you're on the left, do this. If you're on the right, do this.
jeez.
And then during the MC, do this. And then during the encore, do this. And then during Fuyu Shogun, like use the fan, show it to her. And then after that, change your pen light color to this. But if you're on the left, use white. If you're on the right, use pink or something. And
If your
then,
favorite
oh my
color is
god.
green, use this one. If your favorite number is 22, use this one.
It was so. Uh, Andy will vouch for me. Like when I got the thing, I was complaining to him. It's like, oh my god, there's like way too much.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than usual. I would say it's a little bit more than usual, but I guess I didn't really mind because like I'm like okay, whatever, man, whatever makes it a nice concert, nice graduation concert. Okay,
Do
so
it for Fuchan.
yeah, so moving on to the double encore. So they wanted to do the double encore. So the funny thing was when it ended, when it ended, like usually if it's a concert actually ended or not is because a member will usually do the kageshime. Like they will stay
Hmm.
on the.
No, not Kageshime.
That's not kageshime. What is it called?
Kageana.
Kagyana. Kageshime is when you
Kageshime
could
is
close
when
that
you
lane.
try to get the last in the handshake.
Yeah.
That too.
Kageshime. Okay, Kagyana. Kagyana is when they usually send. Obviously, in the graduation concert, it's always going to be the member that graduated. That's going to be on the microphone saying that okay, today's show has ended. Please, leave. Basically, they're asking you to leave, telling you that this is the end. Like, don't stay for anything else. So that actually happened. So Fuuchan was telling everybody, "Oh, so this is the end of the blah 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 Fuuchan graduation concert. So like, please leave," type of thing. And then how everybody planned to do a double encore, but it was really funny because it was also Fuuchan was telling everybody to go home. But either way, most of the fans, especially all the fans in the first floor, they're just like, nope, they have to force a double encore. So everybody just stayed and started saying like Fuuchan, Fuuchan, like. So eventually Fuuchan did come out, but it wasn't like it was the curtains already down. Like they weren't going to perform or anything. Like this was actually like forced prompt. So she came out onto the side from the side stage, and then in her big dress, obviously she hasn't changed yet, and she didn't do anything. She basically just said, "Oh, like if you guys keep calling me Fuchan, I have to come out." So then she just kind of like thanked everybody again and blah 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 and walked off. So that was the double encore. So you can say double
Like
encore.
half an
Yeah, so
encore.
the double encore kind of failed, like because it wasn't a performance. People didn't. The lights wasn't even turned off. Like no one were able to turn their pen light into pink like the way they wanted the real double encore to be.
Yeah, like I always appreciate like these kinds of like the spontaneous ones, like because sometimes like management will force a double encore because they'll turn off the lights. So if they turn off the lights, that just means that, oh, we want a double encore, so guys, please chant for one,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But so this time around, like people were asking for a double encore because even if management didn't plan for one, so they were forced to come out. So that's the part where there's spontaneity. Like, I mean, because like all the fans got together and like made them do something, which was like really nice.
Yeah, but I guess it didn't really quite work out the way they planned. Because I think they
Yeah,
wanted to
well,
kind
there
of, they
wasn't a
wanted it
song.
actually like a half a song or something like that.
Yeah, but I thought it was still nice too. See, they even had like a request for the double encore. Oh my god.
You looking at the fan right now? Yeah. Okay. All right, then. Not sure which do you want to do first. I guess technically this went happened before. You either do your last Fuuchan handshake or the last Fuuchan theater show.
Damn
You
it!
didn't get a chance to talk about the last handshake
What do you want? What do you want me to talk about the last handshake?
because it was really emotional and sad, and
It wasn't.
you
Well, it
you
wasn't.
cried.
I didn't cry, man. At the handshake, I didn't cry. I fake cried.
Did anyone cry?
I don't think any. I don't think many people cried on that day because a lot of people planned to actually still see her at the national handshake event.
Oh yeah. Which Ryan, I guess, could talk about that for a bit. He didn't actually go, but to the actual thing, right?
Yeah, I was there, but
He didn't stay for the.
they
Fuuchan
didn't do
thing.
anything. They didn't anything for Fuchan.
Yeah.
It was really weird because at the end, right? So they were kicking people out because you know how these things go, right? At the very end, you have like Matomedashi time,
Yeah.
basically the tickets that you haven't finished, like go finish them, and then basically you can only do it once, so no looping, no whatever. So basically, if you're not in line, that means you have to go home. And they were like a lot of staff like just herding people out. Just go, 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 go.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and the thing is like there was like this like so at so if you did look for it, you couldn't find it, but there was this like extra like you take a left turn instead of going straight for to the exit. If you do that, you can get to like a viewing area for where they would do the Fuchan final greeting.
Mm-hmm.
But like so my friends and I actually found it. So we went in, right?
Yeah.
But then the staff was saying, we think it's gonna take maybe 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
before she would show up. I mean, we were like, oh, okay, no, we're
Screw
going
this.
home.
Going home.
Yeah, screw that. So that's why Andy was telling me after I was telling Andy that he said like he was glad that he stayed for the other one because that one was like nice because like all the NMB fans stayed
Mm-hmm.
to say goodbye to Fuchan. But the last one, the national handshake one, everyone just left.
So basically,
Not real fans.
Yeah. So basically, so like everybody was betting her last handshake because she said like she's gonna March is gonna be her last one, right? So everybody went expected that last March individual handshake would be the last one, but then obviously they suddenly added like, oh yeah, we have a national handshake in like the following week or something.
March 21st
Yeah,
or something.
like
Yeah.
the following week or something. Obviously, then I was like, oh no, I'm not like I didn't plan for that one, so I didn't go for that one. So that one was technically her last. Well, that wasn't even technically her last handshake. Her last handshake was when her photo
Last
book
appearance.
was
The
a
photo
photo
book, yeah.
book. So
Yeah, okay,
That's why these things are always get really dicey,
yeah.
especially with like
So
Milky.
basically,
She had like 5 endings or something.
no, well, when you compare hers to Milky's, isn't it as bad? Like Milky's was so ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
she said to goodbye like 5, 6, 7 times or something like that. Like, like anyway. So for Fuuchan, so basically it was that one handshake, then they added another one, so that became technically the last one. Then she has her photo book release event, which was after that one. So that one was technically the last like event that you can talk
The
to
very
her. Like,
last.
yeah, like the real last event, like a fan meeting event. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially with like Fuuchan not coming. Well, if it's true what she says that she's actually retiring,
Yeah.
then that will be her actual last one.
At least for 2 years.
Well, that's true.
She changes her
true,
mind
but
like Milky.
I don't think Fuuchan lies though. I think like she wouldn't insist that she was gonna retire if she wasn't actually gonna retire. I mean, you would just play coy, right? Like I'm gonna like chase after my dreams, or whatever.
Gonna
she was
buy
very
a
insistent.
ice cream truck like Ron Weasley from Harry Potter did.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be like ice cream man, except she eats everything inside.
Yeah, it's a bad ice cream man.
So yeah,
So
her last
like for
handshake was yeah. Go ahead.
So like I don't want to spend too much like on like the last handshake that I had because I wrote it out already. Like so, if people wants to read it, they can go read it. I posted up. It's on stage 48, and then I think I also posted on Twitter at some point. So people can just, well, they can't read my Twitter anymore, losers. But if they want to read it, they can read it. I don't want to go too much deep into it, but like I think it's very similar to. Well, I guess it's not. So I was talking to Ryan about it. It's like, I think it's really important to have a really nice last handshake with a member. Like it's really important to have that good farewell. Like, cause basically on the day, so I had two choices. Like, cause I had tickets for her last slot, so I had two choices. I either quickly finish those tickets, and then so I could line up, for the banner photo. So I can be like closer to the like actual like closer to the front. So that's choice one. So I have to quickly finish it and be in the photo. Or choice two, you take your time and use those tickets well and probably not be able to fit into the photo.
Be in the back.
Yeah. So because you're going to be in the back because by the time you're done, a lot of people is already there. So I had to make the choice, and then later on, I obviously made the choice of spending time talking to her with my tickets instead of just like quickly use them and then be in a photo. Because I was telling Ryan that like the worst feeling is that you felt like you weren't able to say everything you wanted to say to a member, and then that was your last one. Like for some members, it's probably not a big deal because they will just continue working, still staying in the industry. So there are other chances, like for example, like Yamada Nana and Leinian. There's still chances for you to meet them. But whereas like Fuuchan, we don't know. For as far as I know, I may never see her again, like in the whole life, like in my like the remaining of my life. So we don't know that. So it was to me, it was very important that I spent my time to say everything I wanted to tell her, and rather than be in a photo, because a photo is nice, it's a souvenir, but it's just a photo, right? It's just a photo.
We could find you in the photo too.
Yeah, so that's so see, I it was a win-win. So I was able to get both, but
you got both.
Yeah, I got both. But my point was that if I had to choose, I did choose because at that point I chose to spend more time to talk to her than line up early for the photo. So, because I brought this up was because you said you had a kind of bad experience having a last handshake with a member that graduated. Matt.
Me?
Yeah, because you mentioned right? You said you had one.
Was it me or?
That was you. Well, I know Joe had one.
Or was it Joe,
Joe had one.
with Joe?
Joe wasn't really happy with his. Well, it wasn't really. Well, his was a little bit more complicated. It was mostly because it wasn't the members last, but it was his last.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little bit different.
That's always
different,
awkward.
right? That's a little bit different. So, but like I felt like the overall feeling that he gave me, like he didn't tell me everything, but like he seemed like Joe didn't seem very like our Joe, Osaka Joe, like
Didn't get like his closure.
yeah, I guess
or
he didn't get the ending that he wanted to get. So,
get the bad ending.
yeah, he didn't like it.
Not the happy
Yeah,
ending.
he didn't like whatever it was that he got for his last handshake, right? So, but well, I guess now he can meet Joe again because technically it's not his last.
Hey.
Hey.
We shouldn't be talking about
It's-
private information here.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna kick you out of this podcast right now.
No, I mean, I think Andy brings up a very good point that even for just your own sake, I mean, for the member, I mean, I don't know if she might remember it, might not remember it, we don't know. But even for just your own sake, you want. I mean, you spent like all these years like going to see this member, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to be able to like say goodbye properly. Like, I don't know how much that means,
Yeah,
like
so-
in the grand scheme of things, but it means something to you, right? The fan. So I totally agree with that. Like, I would like be very frustrated if I wasn't able to like say goodbye properly.
Yeah, because I was telling Ryan that like it's not so much of how it's not so much of for them, for the members. It's more for yourself. Like you feel like you need to get all this stuff out and then have a good ending. So that's what I did with Milky because I don't know if if you guys remembered, like when I went to Milky to say goodbye for the last day, that whole day I basically spoke only English with her. Because I
I remember you brought like the little like
yeah,
note
yeah,
card in
yeah, yeah.
Japanese.
So
and you
basically,
showed
I
it to
wrote
her.
everything I wanted to say in Japanese, but I didn't trust myself to say them all in Japanese because I didn't want any like misunderstanding. So I just wanted to like, because I know she can read Japanese way faster than I can speak Japanese. So basically, I just spoke English. I just told her like, okay, read this.
You put
This is my
subtitles up.
subtitle. Basically, I gave real life subtitles. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna speak English to you, and I'm gonna say everything I wanted to say. I want you to just read this, and it means what I'm saying. Obviously, it ended kind of like funny. She started screwing around with that, but like that was my whole point. My whole point was just I just wanted to get stuff out of me. It wasn't so much of how much she got it, but like it was more of I wanted to feel like I said everything I wanted to say.
Yeah, it's your personal
Yeah.
closure.
Yeah.
And so it was the same for Fuuchan, and I thought I thought I was able to say everything last I wanted to say, and I think that was okay. And it was a happy ending, it was a happy ending, I got to call her Fuuchan one more time.
Mm.
So Matt, for how many goodbyes have you done? You've done a lot, right?
It was last year because I had Imichi and I also had Riona from NMB and also Hillary and Nanya.
Was it their last
Yeah.
handshake?
How did they all go?
Let's see. I guess Hillary's actually that one's really abrupt because she graduated before I got a chance to actually use tickets for her. Like, I think she graduated like in September, and I had tickets for her in October. And I went to one of the theater shows that she was in, and I was like, "Hey, I'll see you in October." And she's like, "Oh yeah," but I think in the back of my mind she's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be there. Sorry." So I'm like, darn, got away. Nanya, I guess that one, I did have some closure with her. I'm like, you were my last favorite AKB member. There's no one else after you leave.
Oh,
She was like, like kind of sad about that. Let's see. I guess Riona had a pretty good one, even though I only got to see her like maybe 3 times total, 2 or 3 times total, because like she just was teammate. They have a weird schedule, so I don't get to see her that often. When I did, like she remembered me that I came enough. It's like, oh yeah, thank you so much for always coming to me and supporting me. I really appreciate it. I'm like, okay, cool. Imichi, because obviously that was kind of like a weird day because I think that was the same day I like the summer Yukata Matsuri or something, and I think I was waiting in line for Lala earlier, but her line wasn't moving, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jump out of here and go do Imichi's last handshake.
I remember picking you up from Lala's line and saying, "Hey Matt, it's starting."
I'm like, oh crap! So like I ditched it and then What did the Imichi one? I feel though, because I did like the Motomi Dashi. I think I had 3 tickets for her, and it's like I got to say some stuff, but I don't think I got like the actual closure I wanted. So I think I should have. I would have benefited if I actually did like one at a time. Loop multiple times. So I think that's probably the argument for you guys' loop theory or whatever. Is like you get to say more with less. That makes sense.
Well, I didn't see it that way. I loop mostly for in case I mess up. For example, like I wanted a good closure, right? So like I don't want to gamble everything on like, for example, if I only have 3 tickets left for this last slot that I'll ever see.
Yeah.
Instead of gambling on once, like what if I get stuck or something gets misinterpreted, and then I don't have any more tickets, and then that's my closure, and that's like the worst thing ever to have. So
Yeah,
I rather
I feel
use
like
it 3 times and then use it like even if it's shorter time, but at least I have like if I fail the first ticket, then I have the second ticket at least to try to fix it.
Make up
for it in the third ticket, So like I rather do that, and that's what I meant by I had to choose. Because I had the choice to use all my last bit of tickets all at once and quickly finish it and just like go line up for the photo. But the thing was I wanted to make sure that I potentially could not screw up. So I went like loop like 2 or 3 times.
Speaking of this closure thing, I think I don't know if I haven't told this story in the podcast yet, but so I saw Riripon's last handshake, so I was in the other lane. So during the 5th slot, which is the second to the last slot, there was this like Chinese girl, and she was like, I don't know, she had like 100 tickets or something crazy like that, and then she asked for permission from the staff to read a letter because she wanted to be able to like tell Riripon like what she wanted to say, and then she didn't want anything to get lost in translation. So I was watching her from the other lane, and she was like crying and like reading this really, really, really long letter. It was like so long. Like
She needed 100 tickets for him, obviously.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's actually 100, but it was like really long. So easily more than 10 minutes. So she was like reading this letter. She was crying. And then so like me and my friends were like watching her, right? Because we were standing in line, and then we were seeing this, and then it's like, oh, that's like really touching. It's like she wanted to say final goodbye to Riripon, and she read the letter, and it's like, oh, Riripon like seemed very like happy about it and touched, and it's like, oh, it's like a good ending. And then she finishes, right? And then like people gave her like a standing ovation like when she went out of the line from outside. So, oh, like that's very kando, like very, very touching. And then and then 6 slots starts, and she's still there. So probably because like she wasn't sure that she was gonna be able to like finish her letter or whatever in 6th slot, right? And she didn't want that to be her last thing.
Yeah.
So she did it in 5th slot, but she was still there in 6th slot. So it's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you should have just like mic dropped and like left, right?
Yeah, just never just forfeit those tickets.
Yeah.
Go Oshimashim on someone.
So yeah, thought that was funny.
Yeah, because Andy, you have like the reputation of like screwing with members. So like I think Fuuchan might have been like caught off guard or like not used to you being like serious with her.
Well, the thing was the whole day I was so screwing around. It was until like the last slot that I actually became really, really serious. Because like I was like, okay, no more fucking around. Like this is like I gotta get serious.
Because you kind of get like the boy calls wolf vibe if you do it enough times, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean that could have just backfired on you the whole time. Last time you're being serious and she's laughing at you, you're like, "Ha, you're so full of shit," you know.
Yeah.
How would that make you feel? Did you feel a bit worse about that than if you did not get your actual feelings out?
What?
Like if like basically you were telling like, you're like pouring out your feelings to her, and then she just like, oh well, you're a jokester, Andy.
But the thing is, I think the thing is when you're genuine, the members they get it too. They know when is your last. So when I was serious talking to her, she was serious as well. Like she wasn't like taking it elsewhere. You know, like I think I think the thing is like all the members know I just screw around with a lot. Like I mess with them a lot, so they all understand. It's just kind of my character thing. And then, but the thing is, like when I say something really serious, I think the members also when you're really serious, I think the members they can tell because it's not. I mean, like it's just like this is normal. It's normal. Like if someone gets angry at you, like when suddenly talking really serious, you're like, okay, like I can sense it a little bit different, right? So I don't think she knew it was she knew it was just something serious, and I think she gave a pretty good reply, and it wasn't a sad one either. It was a nice and happy one.
So then let's get to the Fuuchan theater show, last theater show. So you got the opportunity to go to that thanks to
my cheating ticket.
Your cheating ticket, yeah, your 98 special happy bag ticket.
Yeah. Well, okay, so like earlier, as Ryan was talking about how like in the concert we had to do all this bunch of stuff, right? For the concert.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, like for the last theater show, there was like way more. It's like
it was on two.
It's like it's on 2 pages. They printed a book. It's 2 pages full. So basically, they had a special overture as well. Like, so basically, there's so much stuff that before the show started, we actually had it. So the committee guys, this is pretty normal. Usually the committee guys come out. They talk about, oh, today is blah blah blah's graduation theater show. Let's make it really nice and thanks for blah blah blah. And they usually briefly talk about what they're gonna do. Just like go over so like so people don't screw up just by reading the thing. So they just quickly go over. But this one, like we actually had to rehearse like multiple parts just because without the rehearsal, I think a lot of people would have been confused. Not so much the wording is difficult, but like sometimes it's hard to, especially for someone who doesn't really go to the theater, I guess, or watch theater shows. It's harder for them to sometimes to like just like read something and know what they want to do. Like for example, for one example, like so during the introduction MC, so you know how like Fuuchan always says like power food, fu, right? So basically, we all have like a flag, like this, like a mini flag, and then so basically they split us into like 3 groups in the theater.
See?
So when she says the first na foo, so one group would like raise up their flags, and then she goes na foo, and the second group would raise up her flag, and then the third one would go foo, and the fourth one everybody's like foo mina foo dayo, and then everybody will go foo, and everybody do their flag. So like stuff like that, like if you don't really practice at least once with everybody, like I'm pretty sure it would have gone really really horrible.
Yeah.
So like that's why they had to do the rehearsal. They were like, okay, so let's do a very quick rehearsal. And then one of the guys was saying Fuuchan's catchphrase, and they was like, yeah, okay, this is perfect. And I thought it was really helpful. The rehearsal itself, I thought it was really helpful because when I was just reading the book, I was like, oh my god, like there's so much I can't remember all of them. Like unless I have my book open the whole time. But I'm not gonna do that, right? I'm watching her last theater show. I'm not gonna open a book and be like reading it. So, initially, I was just like, okay, I remember some of the big things. Like the major stuff, like take out this, take out that, like the major stuff. I was like, the rest I'm just gonna follow what everybody does. That was my plan. And then they did the rehearsal thing, and I thought that was really helpful because after the rehearsal thing, it visualized for me.
Went really smoothly.
Yeah, it made me like it made it a lot easier to remember than just reading a bunch of text.
I don't know. To me, like having a rehearsal for that sounds so crazy.
But either way, so that was not the so anyway. But that's that, So and then like I know when you watch watch it on the stream, you mostly just see the stage. You don't see so much, or like when the members are. So basically, there's 3 parts. Oh well, not 3 parts. Like there's a lot of props basically. So there's a flag. There's a handkerchief. The handkerchief is I guess, but it's really nice when you think about it. It's really nice because for the stage song, all the girls have this really big red hanker by their waist. It's like a really big one, and they use that for Hikoki Gumo. And then the thing was, the one they made for us is like a tiny, small one, but it's also red. That's the thing. it's supposed to match the one that the members are using, but it's just a mini version that has a bunch of Fuuchan's drawings on there, and then you use that as so. I was really nice because during the thing, the members when the members saw, because like today I was also at a B2 show. They did the exact same set list, and it was different. It was totally different. Like I feel like when the members saw us using almost like the same looking type of hanker, and everybody was using it, I think like the whole energy came out at all the members. The members really lit. They were really hyped up. They were going like crazy. I think it does help. Hindsight, I think all the things that they organized went to good use. Let's put it this way. It's just when you go and see it, and obviously when you first read it, you're like, "Oh, there's so much crap." But like after, from hindsight, it's all worth it. And I think it was. I think everybody there was okay with it as well, was because everybody there was there for Fuuchan, so they wanted the best send off for Fuuchan. It's not like a normal concert like the one like Ryan was saying. Like he would be there and be like, "Oh, it's just kind of a little bit mendokusai. I have to do this, I have to do that." But I feel like if you are that member's fan, when you all have the same goal, I think it's all can be like forgiven in some way.
Well, it has to be like the people who are used to the concert though, used to the theater, because like for example, like doing the handkerchief thing in like Hikokigumo, if you're not familiar with the actual Hikokigumo song, that's gonna be like, huh, what do I do?
Yeah, I guess.
So I mean, eventually you'll pick it up,
Yeah.
right? But the first time you get this like two page like instructions on in like Times New Roman 12 or something. you you get really confused. I don't know. So I'm part of like the Yuri birthday committee, and it's always like a discussion within the committee about like stuff like this. Like so, they discuss like, okay, so what do we ask the audience to do? And it's always that we shouldn't ask too much, because it's not. I mean, we're not guaranteed that the people who will get in are like the really hardcore ones. So we might get like casuals who have like no idea, right? So there's always a balance between like doing like a good like show and like making it special with all the like fan interaction stuff, and also not annoying the audience.
But let's be fair here. If it's a graduation show, you wouldn't give a crap.
Yeah.
You be
I
you
agree,
in
I
your
agree, I
mind
agree.
in your mind you'll be like, everybody who's here needs to be deserved
Should.
to be here. Like, you know what I mean? Like everybody here for her last show has to know what they're doing. They have to be
Yeah, I
Fuuchan Oshi.
agree.
They have to
I
be blah blah
agree.
blah. Like if I went there and I had a freaking like Yamamoto Uchiwa, someone would get really pissed off.
You get murdered.
Yeah, I'll get murdered.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, because like it's a little bit different from like a graduation concert, because a graduation concert is more of a concert thing. It's with all the members and stuff. But as a graduation show, it's like literally their last. It's literally a ceremony. You know, it's like singing happy birthday and you're like yelling, you're singing like screwing around. But yeah, that like for that theater show, like if anybody wasn't like even if you weren't like a I guess a Fuuchan fan, I guess you wouldn't even want to say that either, because just everybody there.
Yeah, you'll just go along
Yeah,
with
because
everyone.
everybody there is doing this for Fuuchan, and you know you don't want to take away the attention elsewhere. And I thought that was also very apparent within the show itself, because all the members, even the members, were like, okay, you don't have to look at me type of thing. Like I think everybody knew, like I that's what I got from the atmosphere. Like usually, like a normal theater show, all the members are trying to appeal themselves. They want to get fans through their performance and stuff. So they will try to fish all sort of different fans. In this one, you could tell that all the members just wanted everybody to put their focus on Fuuchan. And I think it's fair. It's
I
fair.
think
It's fair. It's
members are
super
good.
fair. I mean, like, of
Yeah.
course, it's like, for example, if it's Matt's birthday, I'm not I want everybody who's there for Matt's birthday to be, for Matt, not like for me, right? That's so stupid. That's so weird. Like, I could do that any single time. Like,
No, imagine being inside at Matt's birthday party. And it's like, hey guys, I'm getting married.
yeah. So you know what I mean. So it's like it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Like, and it makes
That's
perfect
why
sense
you
that
don't
the
see
members,
like the big like at these graduation concerts, you don't see someone announce their graduation at someone else's graduation concert.
yeah, that's just as a dick
Yeah.
move. But like,
Yeah.
AKB does that a lot though.
I don't think they do that though.
No, they do. It's like a running joke at this point that someone will always announce their graduation during someone's Seitan-sai or
Oh, yeah.
something. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Maybe not a graduation show.
Graduation show,
But,
I don't think no one does.
Seitan-sai.
Yeah, birthday
It's like a big
shows, I can
show.
see
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but not graduation. Graduation, I think is too much. It's like, it's such a dick move. But anyway, like that was the atmosphere I felt from the whole show. Is like, all the members were not really trying to fish you, I think, and I think it was very clear that everybody there wanted just to look at Fuuchan. And no, it was the same. I feel like most people were looking at Fuuchan, except for obviously when they were doing the unit songs, you have to, obviously.
I remember like a long time ago, well not a long time ago, a couple of months ago, like Yuri was saying that she really dislikes doing Seitan-sai because everyone inside the theater is your fan, and then it's very stressful because I should say dislike. It's not that she dislikes it. It's that she always feels stressed by it because like everyone in the theater is, technically your fan, and so you'd have to like rest everyone. And then you can't do that, right? You can't rest everyone, so she always feels bad about like basically she's missing other people, which is like an interesting way to look at it.
Well, that's also a very Yuri way to look at it.
I
Yeah.
guess so, yeah.
Because you were mentioning like even like when you were leaving the concert, like doing like the send off, like waving to everyone.
Yeah,
like-
so like even
was
when
really
I was
awkward.
when you leave a theater show, the girls line up and you just kind of say it's actually quite far. It's actually like 2 or 3 seats away. So you just kind of wave. You can't even really talk because when you talk, you kind of have to shout because they're so far away and it's so noisy. So you basically don't really say anything. So you just kind of say bye, hey, I'm here, it's like that type of thing. Like, oh, that was good. It's very short. It's just like it's even worse than like a national handshake because it's so far away. So even that was weird because like Anchu saw me there, and then because I know that the moment she looked at me, she wasn't even surprised, and she was just like, oh, and she spoke English to me. She's like, oh, see you, but like she didn't know. I feel like that's the members don't really know how to respond as well because they want everybody there to be putting focus on Fuuchan, which wasn't a problem because they had Fuuchan at the last of the line. So everybody gets to say their byes to Fuuchan. So everybody goes through everybody in the team, and then Fuuchan's at the end. And everybody takes their time, and not even take their time, but like take a little bit longer time than usual to talk to Fuuchan and talk to Fuuchan. So she gets to talk to every single person, and I think that's really nice. Whereas a normal send off, she's gonna miss someone because of how the
Should be in the
line works.
middle or something. Yeah.
Well, no, being in the middle is actually kind of bad because it creates this weird thing where like the people after her is gonna walk by really quick, or it's gonna basically that's not good. Putting her in the center is not good. It's best that she is at the last. So anyway, that was it. I know this was also my first graduation show. Like the closest graduation show I've been to was Emichi's.
Did you go to Emichi's?
That was the thing.
birthday show.
It was
that was like a week before her graduation.
yeah. So it was kind of weird. That's why I said that was kind of close to a graduation show was because it was a birthday show, but it was like a birthday show that was only a few days before her graduation show. So people were treating that birthday show as if it was like a graduation show already.
That's so awkward.
Like people were already crying.
If you were a fan, like which one do you apply to?
They have to apply for both.
If you were me, yeah, it's both, and you don't get either of them because NMB theater sucks.
But anyway, so that was the closest one I've been to. So technically, this one was the only one I have ever been to, and it was really nice to. It's especially after today, because today I went to a B2 show as well. So even Appon was saying how today's was the first show officially without B2 officially without Fuuchan.
Yeah, they did a realignment.
Yeah,
So people switched positions and stuff. Well, there were 6 people absent too because of the Korea thing, which I guess we're not talking about. Or are we talking
We'll
about?
see. We'll see.
And also, Anchu had her play going on, I think, so she wasn't there either.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
But the point wasn't that who wasn't there, who was there, who wasn't there. It was mostly talking about how this is the first stage without, because losing Fuuchan is the big member. She's huge. She's the center.
She's the
Was
center.
she
of
like
the
regularly at
B2.
the shows too? Because a lot of like the bigger members, they're not at the theater all the time.
She showed up way more than Yuuri, for example.
And plus she
Even
assists.
without the hiatus.
Yeah, even if you forget about the haters.
Absolutely.
Like even when Yuuri was around, Fuuchan would always be there and Yuuri wouldn't.
Yeah, so it was very apparent, like, because I watched that, then I watched the show. It was really nice to get that feeling where everybody had the same goal, all the audience had the same goal. It was easy, like all the chants were super easy. Everybody were always saying the same thing. I haven't had that feeling for a long time. I feel like recently with NMB concerts and stuff like that, I feel like everybody's calls are kind of bara, like it's all over the place. Basically, everybody just yells whatever whatever the hell they want to yell. It's true. Other than like the obvious and normal like Tiger, Fire, Saiba type of thing.
Yeah.
Other than that, I feel like a lot of the the name calls are a little bit everywhere. Unless it's songs that are like so
Solo or something.
Oh yeah, like something unless or like it was like Hato Doku Senken or something like that. Like ones that everybody are forced to yell at that one member. Other than that is I feel like it's been a long time I have been to something where I felt like everybody were on the same page at the same time. And I felt like that was that power. That's where all the powers come from. And yeah. So it was really nice. It was a good grad show. The send off was a little bit fucked up, but
You go into that?
yeah. So basically, so everybody got to talk to her a little bit. Very short. It's very short. It's like 3-second talk. But like, so I wanted just to say thank you. I literally that's at that point you really don't know what to say, because you've already said everything. Other than
You spilled your
thank you.
guts already.
Yeah, well at that point no one knows what to say other than saying thank you for your time with
It's like you talk to her at the hospital and this is now at the funeral parlor.
So basically you
wake.
don't know what
Yeah.
to say. I swear, because I saw so many people talk and a lot of them were actual like her regulars as well, like her committee, and even then she doesn't really know what to say anymore either. The fans don't really know what to say anymore either. So it's all the talks are just a lot of genki de ne type of thing, thank you, arigato, blah 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 blah. So I wanted to just say thank you. So I went up. I said, I wasn't even joking. I was in like a freaking like a sincere mood. I was like, thank you, and then she gave me like the really surprised look. I'm like, why are you giving me the surprised look? And then the first thing that she said was Hong Kong. I was like, what the fuck? I swear, what the fuck came out in my face? Like, my eyes
you could
squinted.
hear
Like I
Andy's heartbreak from
squinted
here.
my eyes to look at her. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then she chuckled a little bit, like, oh, Canada. And then I was like,
good thing she
and I was like,
recovered.
whatever, and I left. And then for a very short period of time, I was a little bit pissed off. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like,
So she got the last laugh on you.
yeah, basically. When I told my friend that couldn't go, like they're also Fuchanoshi, they were like, oh yeah. So I guess in the end, she kind of got you. It wasn't you.
She
That's all.
Fuuchan'd you.
Yeah, like it wasn't like me always the one that's like making fun of her. Like she got me in the last one. Like, because the thing was you can't say she forgot, because first of all that's impossible. Like I just saw her like a few weeks ago. and I've seen her a while. Like, you know, when you meet someone you don't know, like, you know, there's no possible way, like 100%. And the fact that, okay, like when she said Hong Kong is because I think she always thought I was half like from Hong Kong, because
Half Hong Kong.
yeah, because I always queue with this Cantonese fan.
Yeah.
So like she thought, because we talk in Chinese, and then she thinks I'm from Hong Kong. So there's that one possibility, and then the other one.
Good thing she didn't think you were from the mainland.
But the thing was,
There would have
she
been
said
war.
Canada. That means she didn't forget, because no one would guess Canada as a second guess. No one would.
it's a
The thing
weird
is,
thing,
no
like-
one would
First
say
guess.
Canada or first guess. Second,
Or any kind
or
of
just
guess.
any guess in general. Like, no one really says Canada. So I know she remembered. I wasn't mad that she thought I was from Hong Kong, but I was a little bit mad that, why are you saying this? Do you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to
Probably
say
because
thank you.
she
She could just say
remembers.
thank you, and that'd be perfect. That's good enough for me. But why did she have to do this thing? And it kind of made me go like, what the fuck?
She catered it for you, so you should be happier, even though it was screwing with you.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
You got that res or whatever the watashi eg or whatever. Personal conversation.
what?
The dumb kanji you guys always do. The watashi kanji and like the
Shishin.
kosoba. Whatever.
Oh my god, the watashi
What the
kanji.
hell are you talking about? Oh,
Shishin.
Shishi. Yeah.
This is the fucking highlight of the podcast.
Well, I mean, that's how I read kanji. So I read the kanji I know, and then the other
The
one's just
watashi
kanji.
something.
Watashi kanji, you know, whatever. You know.
God, that's fucking funny. For a moment, I really didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. I was like, what the fuck you talking about? What Tashi thing? But anyway, yeah.
So what was it? What's the word?
Shishin.
Shishin.
Shishin. Shi. Like she. Is it, so the watashi becomes
Yeah.
shi,
Yeah.
shi, and then
Yeah.
the shin is just like shin, shishin.
Shishi. There you go. There's your kanji, your wota word of the episode.
Yeah. Brought to you by Takoyaki
Brought to you
Party.
by
Takoyaki
Monster
Party.
Energy Drink. So I'm drinking that right now.
But yeah,
That was hilarious, man.
that,
Okay, yeah, you got the Shishin, Andy.
maybe.
Yeah,
But
you're happy.
but at the moment, I felt really unhappy about it. Well, I wasn't unhappy, but like for a very short period, it was really short period. It's that one moment where I thought like, what the fuck, like. I like, because I didn't think she was joking with me at first. I thought she was like, she literally forgot, and my head was like, how was that even possible? Like it was literally like 2 weeks ago. Like I was like, how is that possible? So whatever, man. But yeah, so,
Not even your actual Oshi knows where you're from.
yeah, that's true. Even Saika thinks I'm from the States.
She does what?
She thinks I'm from the States.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that when she said Canada, I'm sure she remembered, because no one remembers someone else from Canada. Like, they don't fucking remember. A lot of my kids don't even remember I'm from Canada.
They think you're Japanese.
I mean, because the first
When
thing
they
that
think
you would
well, the
think
thing
is,
about Canada
actually,
is
US.
a lot of people associate them with America. So it's basically North America. They think of it that way.
like Justin Bieber.
So
Yeah.
North America is just America. So they think of America.
Except that girl who thinks Matt's from England.
Oh yeah, Mirai, I think, whatever. That fifth gen girl, whatever. Actually, first time I saw, not the first time, the second time I think I saw Lala. She said I was from France. I was actually. Anyway, moving on.
Why did you say
Yeah,
something in
moving on.
French? or
No,
something?
I don't know. I think saw some French guy. That looked like
I
me.
see.
Okay. Well, okay. Is that you got all your Fuuchan out?
Yeah.
Done with the Fu. The Fu and the Poo are both out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk about Produce 48?
Maybe not now.
Maybe another time. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. There's the Produce, AKB.
And plus, if we talk about
K-pop.
produce right now, it's all just a lot of speculation.
It's all hearsay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently,
it's-
Miru's there. Apparently,
Yeah, it's all
some other
speculation.
NMB members are there.
I don't want to talk about speculations.
yeah. Okay. All right. Then let's move on to our special meta discussion topic that I came up with this time. And so we're gonna talk about your level of fandom, like how how you can become like a bigger fan, or like what separates you from the other fans in terms of like your fandom level. Like, so I just want to start off like, do you think there's like some kind of like tier for being a fan? Like people in Japan, like us being in Japan, you think we're bigger fans than those that live overseas or anything like that?
I think in Japan there is, and then not even
Yeah.
in Japan, and I think in the community in general. That's
Yeah.
why the term TO is
Yeah.
there. But in Japan, there's even more. Like it's just more than TO. There's even like
It's deeper.
Kozan, like they get even more like classified, like what kind of fan you are, and then honestly, it's very the lines is very blurred. Like it's just people just call each other whatever the fuck they want. Basically, I can call, they can even self-proclaim TOs. Like there are people who says I'm a TO, or I can call my friends TOs. I can just call anybody TOs. To be honest,
TO is top.
as long as this person
Yeah.
does more than me, then I could technically call him a TO.
Which is like that's very different because it just depends like how much money do you spend on the fan or on the member or how many
Well,
events do you
not
go
even
to.
necessary. It's just as long as this person you feel like this person does more for this member than you do. You can technically call them a TO. Like because it's so blurred because there's no such thing. Like how do you like what is
You don't have a
where do you
points-
line? Yeah, there is no like a
Do you have a
there isn't a
points card?
checklist. Yeah, there
many
isn't
stamps
a
do you have?
checklist, right? There isn't a checklist.
I don't
So-
know about you, but I have 57 Saika stamps. So
Well,
That's the thing, though. Like with something like with someone like Sayaka, right? So who would be her TO? Because no one can buy her tickets. So, like, how do you judge someone being a TO?
I
Like,
guess then I guess it has to
if you-
then you have to move up to more. Well, if you have to like actually make this difference, then you can start talking about going to her concerts as opposed to just handshake because handshakes are like you said, everybody can only win so much. But
Yeah.
then you can talk about going to her concerts, going to whenever she has a
Going to
collaboration
Guam?
somewhere, going to Guam, going to overseas to Taiwan and stuff like that. Like then you can start talking about stuff like that, right?
yeah.
And I mean,
personally, for me, yeah. Okay.
but the thing is,
Go ahead.
okay, so we can quickly talk about like how Japanese fans have it. Like, I mean, Ryan, can you explain Kozan to people?
Okay, so there's a word that like fans use, which is kozan, which is made up of I mean it means old fan.
Mhm.
So the thing is like even with kozan, there's not a standard for what it means. Like some people will say like a kozan is someone who started like going to the girl as soon as she got into the group, which would be absurd. Like I don't think like kozans exist for
Kinkyuseis or
like
something, right?
yeah. So
I mean, we could say
so
that we're
that's
Yahagi Kosans, right?
yeah. Yeah, that's true. We could be Yagi Kozans, but so like that's why there's like it's so stupid. Like whenever there's like a new batch of girls, like either fifth gen or draft or whatever, there's always like some kind of a gold rush.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, I found this girl first, and so they want to be recognized by the girl really early, so they can claim that they are Kozan.
Yeah. So Kozan is basically you're the
Right, but-
original group of people that started supporting her when no one else did. But then I guess you kind of.
Yeah, so
but
if
the
you
thing
were part
is,
of
that's
the,
like what you're saying about the gold rush thing. But when they move on to a different member, then they can't say. But they can't say they're Kozan of that previous member because they're no longer supporting that member. Therefore, you cannot be Kozan.
No, they
still
still
do,
do
though.
They still do.
But technically, when you think about
Yeah,
technically,
yeah.
that you can't call yourself Kozan anymore because Kozan is only if you were there from the beginning till now. It's not. It's for me anyway. For me, a Kozan is you were there from the beginning till now. Not like I was there in the beginning.
Yeah, but
because I was
it-
there in the beginning, then I can just handshake everyone that was new, and then I'm a Kozan to everyone.
Yep.
Well, Kozan also comes with ninji, so the girl has to recognize.
But it's
you.
easier for them to recognize you in the beginning.
Yeah, that's the point. That was the gold. That's the gold rush part. So if you're like really early to the girl, and then she recognizes you, right, and then you build a rapport with her, like even if you don't go to her like for a year or something, and you come back and she still recognizes you, that means you're Kozan.
So other than Kozan, do you know if there's any other like leveling tiering system they
Yeah,
have?
Pinchike. It's the other way. Pinchike.
Oh,
The pink
yeah.
tickets.
So you can explain
Pink
that one
tickets.
as well.
So
What's that? Yeah.
So a pinchike is it's a derogatory term for it's usually like college students, like high school
Basically,
students.
it's what you call a
S-
lot of people call yakai people pinchikes as well.
yeah, yeah. So basically, it's anything. It's a catch-all term for people you don't like, basically.
Mm.
So the origin of that is in the original AKB theater, like students would get special tickets,
Like a
so
discount
they had
ticket.
their own
Yeah.
slots for to buy tickets, and then the color of those tickets were pink,
Okay.
so they called them the pink tickets. So the kozan, the like the older people like really dislike the pinchike because they don't know how to call. They're always like really loud and they make trouble and stuff like
So
that.
Damn kids.
yeah, basically in short, it's just old people being grumpy about younger kids. It's just
Yelling
what
at
it is.
clouds.
Yeah,
So Kozan is it's
yeah,
very ironic because Kozan is basically saying you're old fans, like you're like not
the
necessarily your
loudest
age,
ones
but
first.
it almost feels like you're building that structure that you are old. You're like the traditional conservative,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
the
Yeah.
pinchike
It's the
are
get
like
off
the
my
K
lawn
pinchikes
guys.
are like the
The
new
millennials.
hipster, yeah, the millennial type of thing. So it makes sense. So they have that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so there's others too that, but the thing is like kozan and pinchike are on the same like spectrum, right?
Mm.
So it's like the older fans and then the younger fans. But then there are other classifications too. You can say the um you have the genbawota. So the fans that like going to events,
Mm-hmm.
which is especially with 48, that's the majority of
Yeah.
them. But it's not a lot. It's not everyone. So and then there's the zaitaku, which is
Stay home.
the people who stay at home.
Okay.
Which I guess like if you're a foreign fan,
Your
you're
dad
you
probably.
kind of
Technically
like fall
considered the
into this.
Zaitaku fans. Yeah.
Yeah, so the main property of like the Zaitaku fans, like they don't go to events, and then they get their like idol fix through TV
No,
Okay.
shows.
not
So it
just
is
TV
very much
shows,
like the
also sometimes
international
goods and
overseas.
stuff. Goods,
Yeah, there's also like the
goods. Yeah.
goods wota too,
Okay.
like the
I was
traders
probably
and
like
stuff
that
like
my
that.
first year and a half in Japan because my job, I just could not go to events because I worked on weekends. So I couldn't go to Handshake events or concerts. So I was definitely the Wota,
Zaitaku.
Zaitaku, yeah. I don't know. So, because like I would go to the cafe like on my days off, which were like Thursdays, and then buy all the crap at the cafe every like once a month or something.
Yeah, so that's like basically you're the Zaitaku fans.
Yeah.
Basically, you can say almost most of the foreign fans are Zaitaku because that's the only
Mhm.
way get their fixes watching stuff, and they can't actually attend.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's continue.
Yeah.
Other types.
Yeah, I think for the most part that's it. I mean, you got like the chew people. So the how do you say this? The chunibyo, right? It's a derogatory term for like young like kids basically. The chew. So you will say like you get the shashinchu, for example,
Okay.
which is the people who like photos,
Okay. Yeah.
or the bad ones like the ninchichu, which is they want to be recognized by the members.
Mm.
That one's the worst. And then you have like kagiakechu, kagishimechu, I guess, which is a version of a ninchichu, which is what we talked about kagishime earlier, which is like you want to be the last
Okay. Yeah.
person in the lane. So the idea of that is that if you are the last person in the lane, you are the last person the member sees. You get more time, and the member recognizes you more. So I guess like these two things aren't really like there's no set of them, so I can't really speak much about them. So do you know any kinds of chews, Andy, other than the ones I
Well, I
just
think
said?
that's about it. But it's just in short, it's just we're just classifying. Basically, all of this is classifying a specific type of trait in a fan.
Yeah, yeah,
Basically
yeah.
that's it. I don't think
There's also the sekyo, which is
the
the
lecturing ones.
yeah, the lecturing
So
ones.
they're
Yeah, that
yeah.
one's bad too.
So I think most of them, I feel like most of them come with a little bit of negative connotation.
Yeah, I think all the
Almost all of
chews
them comes
are
with a
negative.
negative
Yeah,
connotation. But yeah,
yeah,
I think it's okay to classify fans. I think it's okay because it's just classifying traits, right? I think that's okay, right?
yeah.
But I don't think. Do you think the Japanese fandom they use those traits, these classification, as to determine your ranking within the community?
No,
I don't think so, right?
no. Other than the
Other than the
other than
Kozan,
the
because the
Kozan,
Kozan think
yeah,
they're up there because of we were here from the beginning type of thing.
yeah. But the thing is, like especially with members who started like really young. So I noticed this. Like there's a point when like all the fans change basically
Yeah.
because usually with like younger members, I mean it's bad to say, but I guess they do get a lot of like lolicon fans,
Mm.
and then like as time goes on, like people's like habits change, like their interests change.
The girls get older.
Yeah, the girls get older. The thing is, like, I don't like, for example, like with like I only have experience with Yuri. Like with Yuri, like I don't even know an actual Kozan of her, like someone who has been following her since she started, which is like 6 years
Mhm.
ago, 7 years ago.
How long have you
Like,
been following her?
how long have I been following
Yeah.
her? 2012.
So 6
5
years?
years, 6 years, yeah, something like
5?
that.
Okay.
But I'm not Kozan because like I didn't really go to handshakes a lot when I started. So yeah, but the thing is like I've only been like going to handshakes a lot in the past like 3 years or so, and three four
Yeah,
years,
man. I used to go
and
more than he does.
the yeah, it's like Andy and I flipped basically. So but like the people that I knew like 3 4 years ago are not around anymore. Like
They're
they've
still
all like
alive, just they don't
Oshihead
go to
or
church anymore.
well, I mean, they might as well be dead from
Oh,
my
wow.
point of view, right?
Oh.
So, but no, so like yeah, so that's why people like value Kozan so much, is that because stuff changes so much, like people leave and then Oshihen
I
or
guess it's
whatever.
it's a sense of saying you were loyal. It's almost
Yeah,
like
yeah,
saying
yeah.
I'm
They
loyal. That's how I am. That's why I'm saying a Kozan has to be someone that's still there. You can't be You
I guess
can't be
so, yeah.
Kozan if you are not there now. Like not till you have to be there from the beginning till now. Because if you're not, how can you be a Kozan? You don't get that loyalty. You don't prove anything. It just means that you were there. It doesn't mean. It just means that you
Don't get the
changed.
loyalty
You
bonus.
didn't like how she grew, or you changed your, flavor of the day or something like that. Then that doesn't. You don't get that Kozan shiny trophy.
You lose your stamp card.
Yeah.
That's true. Also, like we talked about the TOs, which is the top Ota. I forgot we didn't mention the version of the TO, which is the Daiwota, which is the I don't
Big
know.
Wota.
It's written. It's like Big Wota, but it's
Big
written in such a
Wota!
way so it says fat.
Okay. Fat Wota? Oh, okay.
So it's the rich Wota.
The whale, as we know.
Yeah, the whales basically. So those are the ones that are really valued actually, because
Obviously.
it's like an app where we have in-app purchases.
Yep.
No, so because like the big wotas, right? They spend the most money and they're always there. So if you go to a girl enough, right? I think so. Andy, do you recognize the Daiwotas in the girls that you go to?
Not Sayaka, because Sayaka, no one can be Daiwota.
Well, yeah, no, that doesn't count.
You're
because there's no
maybe
way
the
to get
Daiwota.
tickets for her. Do you guys recognize the
I think I
Daiwota?
do.
No.
I think I do.
Oh, you see some of the same ones, but not on. I mean,
Yeah, so there's a difference between the regulars
Yeah.
and the Daiwota, and it's hard to find Daiwotas actually.
Yeah, but there are Daiwotas. They always come with hundreds of tickets. You can
Yeah,
always
yeah.
expect to see them at Kagishime, which is at the end closing,
Yeah.
because they have so much ticket. They can only use it at the end anyway.
So for example, like Miro Oji-san, you
Yeah,
know
of
Miro
course I do.
Oji-san, right?
He's not. I wouldn't
there's
say
this-
he's a Daiwota, because he doesn't use a lot of tickets.
Oh, he doesn't. I
He
don't
he
know.
goes a lot.
So there's
He's I would
Yeah.
say he is a Kozan, right? So he's a Kozan.
Yeah.
First of all, he's a Kozan, and he's a committee head, he's a
Yeah.
regular for sure. But I don't think he's the Daiwo that you're talking about, the one that spends a lot of money. Because first of all, it's hard to do all that at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's not so much about money. It's just for him.
Time also.
Yeah, it's also time. He needs to do all this stuff. He can't just like, you know, if sometimes when you're being a Daiwota, you actually don't have that much time because you have to keep using your tickets. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I
Yeah.
feel like every single
agree.
time I see a Daiwota is usually not the one that's in the comedy. Because Daiwota is always this really weird person who appears at the end and then just throw like a shit ton of tickets. They're always a little bit mysterious. But anyway.
Yeah, a lot of sometimes like they just don't want to like interact
Yeah.
with other people. They just have like money and they spend it. But yeah. So yeah. So all that said, I want to like stress that I don't like labeling. So if you're a fan, you're a fan.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, we always talk about like, oh, you should always go to events, but that's not because of labeling. We we say that you should go to events because it's fun, right? You get most of the experience there. I mean, we don't think less of you if you
I
don't
think
go
what
to
you're
events.
trying
I
to
mean,
say is that it's classification
more-
of
yeah.
doesn't necessarily determine the value of you as a fan. I think that's what you're
Yeah.
trying to say. Basically,
yes.
I don't think classification is necessarily bad. I think it's a little bit fun actually, and in my sense, I think it's actually fun. It's to classify your trait. It's like using horoscope, you know, like oh you're Aries, oh because you have this trait. I think it's not so much of, but then you don't say oh you're Aries, oh that means you're a shitty person, you know, like you know what I
It's
mean,
like your blood type.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's just a fun classification, stereotyping, classifying traits. I think that's okay. I think it's all fun and stuff. But I think what you're trying to say is that we don't judge. We shouldn't be. Well, not we don't. There are people who do, and I think sometimes we do unintentionally as well, unconsciously as well. Is that we shouldn't be judging someone's how much someone is a fan based off of their classification. So you can't be like, okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
you
I
can't be
agree with
like,
that.
okay, so you're a Gamba fan, so you spend money to go see everything live, everything NMB performs, everything. Oh, you're a Zaitaku fan. Oh, you only watch everything on stream. Ah, so the Gamba fan must be a better fan. That's
Yeah.
that's when you start when you taking classification and putting one over another.
To judge someone.
Yeah. How much a fan
Yeah.
they are. So we shouldn't be doing that, and I totally agree. And it does become a little bit cringy, and it's also it also gets a really complicating, like a very gray area. Is because then you start talking about like where do you draw the line of becoming a better fan? Is it because spending money? Is it because I'm staying home, I'm watching it free or for like 300 yen per month, as opposed to you paying a 8,000 yen ticket to a live? So that makes you a better fan than I am because you spent more money. Because I think eventually, I think all this classification, a lot of it comes down to money.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
then,
So
then
money or
so at the end
time.
of the time, I feel like everybody is just judging whether you're a bigger fan by how much time or money you spend on this member.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, we have to be realistic about this. Is that the idol industry is an industry. It's a business. So NMB is a business. So
yes, I
I
totally
mean,
agree. So like I said always from the beginning is that it's not so much of what you can do for them, but like at the end of the day, what really helps them is the money. Is what the money you put on the table. I totally agree. And I always argue. I always say stuff like that. But I'm not necessarily saying that because of that, you're a better fan. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah.
just saying
I think
I'm helping them, but like I'm just saying that I'm not necessarily that because I spend more money, I'm a better fan. I'm
I
just saying that in the end, what they need is the money.
yes, I agree with you, and I'm gonna say this. I choose to look at it the other way. I mean, we don't see you as less of a fan, but if you spend money, you will enjoy it more. No, no, no,
A better cynical way to put it, yes.
no. I mean, we shouldn't look at other people like we shouldn't like look down on people if they choose to like go through the Zaitaku experience, right? But there is a better experience, and then that's up to you I mean, it should be you, right? Like deciding to like spend whatever. I mean, even like even with like not going to events, right? Even with not going to events, I mean, you still have to spend money. You have to like sign up for like YNN, Kawayan, Osaka
Buy
Channel,
goods.
or buy the magazines. Yeah, buy the goods, buy the photos or whatever. I mean, you still have to spend a little. So I mean, you get more enjoyment if you spend. Unfortunately, this is an entertainment industry,
Yeah,
right? You
you
have
have
to
to
spend
spend money to
somewhere.
get the entertainment, basically.
Yeah, to get the entertainment. So like we encourage people to always like go to events, like especially with like foreign fans. It's like the YOLO trips, right? I don't think like Andy has met more people than I have, but like for all the people that I have met, I don't think anyone has ever like regretted going to events, whether it's the handshake events or the concerts or whatever. I mean, it's a fun
Yeah.
experience.
If
So,
anything, they
I mean,
might
you
have
don't have to
regretted
be like,
getting more tickets or something.
yeah, yeah. If anything, it's the other
Or
way,
like
right? Oh, I should have bought more because I wanted to see this other girl, or I wanted to talk more with
yeah,
this my Oshi or
yeah. Because even
whatever.
with us here in Japan, we always like are like we go to these events and we're like, oh man, I can't wait for the next event, or something. We're already like, we're talking about the next single, next AKB single, and like, okay, we can't wait for when the handshake sales
It's
go
not.
on
It's not
on
even
sale.
because of interacting with members are fun. It's more of. I think it's more of a switching of pace, because you're always
Hmm.
seeing them on TV. It's all just through this media exposure, and then and it's just changing your experience up. So like when I encourage people to come meet their Oshi fans, it's not so much of I'm saying like handshakes are so fun, blah blah blah. It's not so much that, because I do believe that there are people who do enjoy certain stuff more than certain other stuff. But it's more of encouraging you to try a different part within the fandom, like experience something that's a little bit different. You might like it more, maybe you might not like it, but I think through the experience you would enjoy the experience itself. Like after the end of the day, maybe you might be like, okay, well, maybe a handshake isn't really my thing,
Mm.
but at least I don't think anybody would regret having gone to the handshake, because the experience itself is an experience.
Yeah,
So they would
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
yeah,
sensory overload.
yeah, yeah. So it's not always just watching the media that's shown on your TV screen or whatever thing, or through your headphones. So it's just a change of pace. I feel like it's an experience, and I think everybody should experience and then decide for themselves whether the handshake is for them or not.
Whether you want to
Maybe,
keep doing them or do your
yeah,
own
or
thing
just
or
go back.
whatever.
But at least then they know, right? They experience the whole spectrum of the.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think like even like people who dislike handshakes, you should at least try it. Like meet your favorite girl
try
or
it
whatever.
once.
Yeah, the thing is, how would you
Yeah,
know
I
you
mean
don't
it.
like it unless you try it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I don't like cocaine. I've never tried it.
But like for example, like concerts, like I used to think that oh no, there's no way I'm gonna like that. It's so lame, whatever. Like
Pen
my
lights.
first ever concert, I went to watch the third anniversary concert. I didn't have a pen light and I didn't know any mixes. I didn't know any calls. And like I was with a friend who was like doing furikopi.
Hmm.
It's like, oh my god, what the hell are you
So
doing?
cringy.
Yeah, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna clap along if I mean if necessary, but I'm not gonna like dance in front of other people or whatever. And then like some like I don't know when. Maybe it was like during the like the AKB concert in Kyocera Dome, and then they gave away like free pen lights and not pen lights, Psyllium there. I was like, well, like I pay the same amount as the people who are like shouting and stuff, and like they look like they're having a good time.
That
Like
looks fun. I should
even
try
if
it too.
it's something, yeah, yeah, it looks fun, so I should try. So like just like doing basic stuff first, and then like just calls, right? Oh, Sayaka and stuff like that.
Did you actually
But
call
then
Sayaka?
eventually, like, yeah, because she was the only one I
Okay.
knew.
Well, that's all you need to know as far as I'm concerned.
But it's something like that, right? Even if it's something you think you don't like, but if you try it, like, oh my god, this is so fun.
Then you get hooked.
So Yeah, and then
And then you're
hooked,
spending
and
lots
you
of money,
spend,
and
like,
now you have to like take loans from people and to go to more events. It's a slippery slope.
taking loans from other people to go back to America. I don't know if we're even like on the same path as when we started, but what makes someone a bigger fan of a member? Okay, so this is what I was talking about, right? So there is no someone is a bigger fan, I think. I mean, there are people who spend more, who vote more in the elections, and at the end of the day, those people are more valuable from the point of view of the
Yeah,
member.
and management.
But from the point of view of the fans, doesn't matter.
It's like time versus money. Like, you've been a fan of a member for 10 years, or you've been a fan of a member for 1 year. But the 1 year fan,
Yeah.
like, buys 10,000 votes for that member, whereas the fan who's been there for 10 years only buys like 5 votes or something.
Yeah.
So,
Or like no,
which one's more
even like
valuable,
the light
basically?
fans. So for example, like Akarin has like crazy number of fans, right? Probably
YouTube
like
subscribers.
if
Yes.
we count like the number of like actual like fans of each member, Akarin would probably be top 5 or something. But I mean, her fans are like women who don't spend money because they just like watching her on YouTube, which is fine, right? Because that's how a mainstream star works, right? No, we don't. No one pays like 1,000 yen to go shake Kimura Takuya's hand or something, right? I mean, I'm sure if you charged like $100 to go see Johnny Depp, someone would pay that.
I think, yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not how like mainstream like celebrity works,
Mhm.
right? So that's why I'm saying like ev- ev- all the fans are valuable, even like the light ones, because they form the whole of your audience.
It's also word of mouth. They could tell someone who will spend a lot of money on you. So,
Yes,
it's all about the
exactly.
grassroots.
So I think Akarin has been a good example of like someone finding like a new avenue for 48. I mean, 48 has been around for like, I don't know how long have they around?
This
11?
will be 13
11
years.
years?
Yeah.
13 years, wow. So they've been around for 13 years, right? So I'm pretty sure like people have decided like, okay, we figured it out. This is how it works, right? And for the most part, it's correct, right? I mean, this is how it works. Like you do handshakes, you do like TV AK bingo or something. You get new fans, they go to your handshakes, and then it goes around and
Mm-hmm.
around and around
It's a
and around.
cycle.
They vote for you in Senkyo or whatever. So like sometimes you get like people who have like special talents. Like I mean, I'm not particularly a fan of Sashihara, but I am impressed by like how she was able to navigate the Japanese show
Yeah.
business.
She can hustle.
And she was, yeah, she hustled really good. And then she has like a lot of friends in show business, so they vouch for her, so she can get on like the really really big TV shows, and which like that just goes around and around in circles. So oh, I saw her on TV here, so okay, I can. So if you're a producer, right, oh, you can use her in this other show too. Blah 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 blah. So so yeah, so she found her avenue. So that's why I think. So like Sayaka,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really important that she showed that you can have like an actual thriving solo career inside 48. So someone might say, oh, but like Achan or Mayuyu or even Sashihara, they had like solo careers, right? Not really. So those were yeah, okay, those were actual solo careers and their singles sold a lot, but that was on the back of being an
Yeah.
idol, right? And what I'm saying with Sayaka is I mean literally like she could like NMB could not exist, and I think she could have gotten popular because she's like so new,
Mm.
right? Like this like singer songwriter like rocker chick.
Well, because we already had that
Okay,
though
maybe
with
that's
Yui.
exaggeration, but
We already
sorry.
had that with Yui.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, she's Sayaka's kind of different from Yui, but yeah, something like that, right? So there's a formula. So okay, maybe
like, I feel like, I'd be
if
honest,
NMB
I
didn't
would
exist,
not
it's
know who
like
Sayaka was if she wasn't in NMB or in 48 Group.
yeah, but then you wouldn't know how her agency would have promoted her.
I know, yeah, but like, basically, it's like, I don't pay. I mean, I mostly pay attention to the 48 Group stuff. Only reason though I'm into the Nanabun no Niju ni is because Sally, which is actually kind of a fluke because of some viral video. got attention
Well,
on Twitter.
that's how it works,
Yeah.
right? So, for example, with Akarin too, right?
Yeah.
So she found her like makeup videos thing, and she got popular out of that, which is pretty good. Now she's like this big, like, well, I can't say mainstream. She's not yet a mainstream star, but she's close,
Yeah, she has the YouTube cred.
which is a long-winded way to say that all fans are equal.
All fans
Okay.
are
You
equal,
guys-
but we're not born equal.
Oh yeah.
Fuck! I wish I was born in like I was born super rich. Then I wouldn't have to work and I just go to events every day.
Yeah. Born with a silver spoon in your mouth. All right. Well, you guys, any let's make it more personal. Is there anything you guys done to make it, make yourself a better fan or push yourself as a higher fan? So like, I guess Ryan, you're more of just like only Ryan. You only go to Yuri's events, so I guess you'll go to Quintet events even without Yuri.
That's because I bought the thing.
Yeah. But I guess like for me and Andy, obviously, I guess this thing we're doing next week, I sure doubt elevate us. Going to Guam for Sayaka.
Well, I went to Thailand and
Yeah,
Taiwan.
So going overseas, basically, does that like put you higher than like the Japanese-based fans? If you follow them around
like,
the world.
If you tell Japanese fans that you're going to Guam, at first they will, oh my god, what the hell?
Yeah.
So you're crazy.
You're crazy.
Yeah, that's all the reactions that I've gotten
Yeah.
from other people.
But I
for that.
can also tell you that they will probably want to know a lot about it once it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like how was it?
yeah,
and all
like
that.
how was it, or what did you guys do? What was it like? Or they will probably just read it up online. But then that also has to come from us.
Yeah.
So in short, I think people.
We got to go against what they're saying online. Give them mixed messages, confuse them, make them not know what's going on. I heard it's good from
We
this
took a
guy,
two
but this
shot
guy
with
said
Yuuri.
sucks.
On the beach.
What?
But we can't
They
show
play
you. We
volleyball
can't show you. If
together.
we show you, then she's gonna get mad and she's gonna get in trouble. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, they made us sign up for Instagram, but we can't post any photos on Instagram
Yeah.
because it's a secret.
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed.
No, we're probably encouraged. In fact, we're required to post something on
No,
Instagram.
no, of the not of the members. They just want pictures of you and Andy on the beach.
Just me and Andy take pictures of us on
Yeah.
the beach.
I know a guy who's going. He used to be like a really big Ripon fan. He was really funny. He was saying last year he used his summer bonus, his entire summer bonus on Senkyo.
And now he's probably
And
regretting
he was-
that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's regretting that, but he's kind of funny guy, so he doesn't really show that he was annoyed or he's angry or anything. But he was telling me that he's so happy this year. He can keep his summer bonus, and he can even go to Guam with no regrets because he doesn't have to prepare for Senkyo or anything. So
I guess something I've done to elevate myself as a fan, just bring myself is I go to the events more regularly. I used to just go to one event per single ever, So like I go to like one Jabberjaw event, I go to one, the people event, and that'll be it. But now I try to go make it like a monthly thing. I try to go at least once a month, if possible. And that's just so I can
I think
can continue that rapport I build up with the members, so they remember me and we can continue our conversation. So that's what I do.
yeah, I mean, if you live in Japan, like the easiest way is to always be there. Well, not always, but like be in a lot of events, so the member recognizes you, and you build a rapport, right? As you said. But that's kind of hard, I guess, for like foreign people. But like one way I think that foreign fans can feel that they
Involved.
belong is get involved. Yeah, that's it. Get involved with other fans. Get involved with us.
We'll hook you up.
So, yeah, we'll hook you up. I mean, Joe keeps harping about this thing, right? Like in previous episodes too, that just go on Twitter, and reply to whatever crazy stuff that like Matt or Joe or whoever like tweets about. because it's always more fun um, to follow idols if you have like other people
To like
following
bounce
with
off
you.
of with like your conversations. Like we talked about this before. Like
Yeah, yeah.
when like you
Oh, so
go to the concert and then you come back and you debrief with everyone else who went, or even the handshake events. You go
I think one of the
Sayaka,
most
come
fun
back.
parts of
Yeah,
the I think one of the most fun parts of concerts is like the after.
yeah.
Is that when you go with other fans and you just like talk about the concert? Oh yeah, did you see that? Remember that part? That was so
Mm-hmm.
fun. So I think that's like the easiest way you could like elevate yourself as a fan.
Get involved.
Yeah.
Do you also think like
And what?
those who can't actually come to Japan? Obviously, do you think like getting involved like on social media, not necessarily just with other fans, but even with like the members themselves, like responding, retweeting, liking everything they do.
Yeah, I mean, like
See
there's
if you get
a
the rare social
yeah,
media response.
it's like we have a few on our that's our NMB fans. Like they occasionally, while they tweet a lot to the members, and there are times where the members actually tweet back. Like the recent one
Yeah.
that got the most is the French fan, the Nagisa
Mm-hmm.
French fan.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
been
Yeah. Yeah.
getting a lot because he always likes to tweet at her at like old screen caps and stuff, or
Yeah.
old gifs of Nagisa, and then Nagisa would always retweet it with her own message. So he's been getting
Oh yeah, I saw that.
getting quite a bit. I think he's but maybe just this year. I think maybe he got maybe like twice or something like that, 2 or 3 times. So
Wow.
so I mean like there are ways like I don't know, like everybody has their own financial issue. Everybody have to live their own life. Everybody has their own troubles. But like, so well, my point is that even something like this, like for example, if you don't have the money or you don't have the time to head over to Japan or meet the members yourself or even talk to the members, there's other ways to be involved other than just hang with fans as well. Like you just tweet, like you guys said, you guys tweeting members, and sometimes the members might tweet back. Even if they don't tweet back, maybe sometime they'll read it. They might not read all of them, but if you
Yeah.
throw enough of them,
Eventually
well,
they'll
yeah,
see
like I
something.
mean, the odds are up there, right? It's just chances, right? So yeah,
Especially if
Oh,
they're
we
not
should
very
we should we
popular
should
and
talk
not getting
about
like
that.
thousands of tweets at them every day. Like me and Joe, we both got likes from Anshu when we posted Monster Hunter videos to him.
mm.
Yeah, we should mention that what so maybe so that people might get encouraged. So, what's your idol social media interaction story? How many times have you been like retweeted, liked, or replied, or whatever?
0, because I don't tweet
Really?
at members. I
Ah,
never tweet
yeah.
at members.
Well, Andy's too cool for
Yeah, I'm too
school.
cool for that shit. I don't tweet. I don't. It's true though. I almost rarely tweet at members. I always retweet Sayaka stuff, but I don't tweet anything back. Like I just don't. It's not my thing.
How
It's not
about
my
you,
thing
Matt?
basically.
I think I've probably gotten like 2 or 3 likes from Imichi, and at least a couple retweets, and even one was like a quote retweet. For I think I used to just interact doing like Pokemon stuff because she likes Pokemon. That and I got a like, was it like no, it was a retweet from Lala like last year when I posted
Oh,
my yo, I'm voting for you. I got you. Got your back. And she liked that.
uh,
Um, and then yeah, most recently I guess was with Anchu with the Monster Hunter
Monster Hunter.
video.
I've gotten, I think, 3 likes or 4 likes from a member.
Was it from Yuri?
No, never. See, that thing you would think it's from Yuri,
'Cause that's the
right?
only
But
one
she's
I see
very,
you ever
very.
tweet or retweet about. So surprised you follow anyone else
No,
on
I've
Twitter. You
gotten.
only have like one follow, and it's Yuri.
You should see my Instagram account. Uh, no, I've gotten a few likes from Rinachi
Mm.
actually. Um, she liked. I greeted her happy birthday like 3 times, I think, and she liked all of them. And then one time I think was from Sakipi, if you guys remember Sakipi.
I remember. He doesn't.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So
I can't
there's
remember if I don't know who she is.
yeah, there's this former NMB member who works for a radio station
Okay.
now. I forgot what was the reason. Yeah, maybe it was her birthday or something. So like the most interaction I ever got from an idol was um like on the YNN account, like it said something about I don't know, not on the YNN account. Like Kokona said that she likes the the teacup thing on the teacup ride thing on theme parks.
Yeah, the
You
teacup
guys
ride.
know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
teacup ride.
Yeah, that goes around and
Yeah.
around. So she said something about that, right? So uh a couple of years ago, like there was this like YNN thing where Nana and Rinachi got on a teacup, and Rinachi just like went crazy. She kept spinning it to the point where like it looked like Nana was dying because she got like so dizzy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so when I saw this, no, so you guys know Kurichi, right? The guy who always like live tweets everything with NMB.
Yeah.
So he live tweeted that he said that Kokona says that she wants to ride a teacup or something, and then so I quote retweeted that, and I tagged Rinachi and YNN, and I said, please do a teacup episode with Rinachi and Kokona, and then Rinachi quote retweeted me, and said and like replied, yeah,
The people have
let's do that.
spoken.
Yeah, something like that. So I don't know.
Make everything sound so
Story
retarded.
sounded better in my head. Story sounded better in my head, but I mean it's kind of fun to get like validation, I guess.
Yeah.
If one way to get validation from the God Empress herself is to say bad things.
That too, yeah.
You guys know that,
both
right?
ways, yeah.
You guys know because Sayaka actually likes
The anti
not
the
likes as
anti-posts.
in likes the Twitter like
Yeah.
she Twitter likes anti posts, and that's like a sign to her fans to sick him.
Get 'em, boys.
Get them, boys.
No, because
And literally, it is all boys.
yeah. So basically, I've seen her do this like maybe like 3 times now. So the thing is like people aren't sure if she's doing it on purpose or she's accidentally liking them.
No, she's not accidentally liking them. I think she likes it, but more of a like, oh, whatever, man.
She's not pulling like a soccer. Oh, my account was hacked and I posted some really terrible stuff.
So all three times that I've seen her do this, like the guy who did the anti post either deleted their account or locked it.
Yeah.
There's too many.
That usually
There's too much
happens.
hate.
Yeah, because people like
Blowing up their phone,
crazy.
basically.
yeah, they
Well,
get
they're
like
afraid to
100
get
like replies.
get found out who they are. That's the problem. When there's too many people,
Yeah,
will try to
because
find out.
eventually they
The
will
mom
they will
mentality.
they will interdetective your life.
Yeah, Japanese internet
But
scary.
yeah, so yeah. But that was funny. That's funny because like Sayaka does it a lot, and it's always funny when she does it because it's always so. For the most part, like those tweets are really awful, right? Like so.
Like
I mean,
the
Sayaka
more
doesn't
recent one
care
was
if
like
you, like,
the
make fun.
influenza Nogizaka one where she was making fun of, she was like parodying influenza
Yeah.
and
They're
the
saying,
bad
"Oh,
bunch
so
of
offended."
hate.
They're so offended because Nogizaka works so hard. Why are you insulting their song? Blah 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 blah. Like, who cares? What? So if you make fun of like I don't know,
Kayaki.
no, not Kayaki. No, I'm trying to think of an example like Celine Dion song or
Yeah.
whatever. Do you think she cares?
No.
Right? No one cares. I mean, they should be happy that their song is
It's
like
free publicity.
got to the point, got so mainstream that like someone else is parodying it. Yeah, so I remember that one. She liked that one, right? Because why are you changing the lyrics? Blah 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 blah.
This is stupid because like the thing is the lyric that was changed doesn't really make any fucking sense. It was just like
Yeah.
saying like gravity and friction, gravity, friction. It doesn't even make any sense. And even at the end of the thing when they were singing, they were like, "What the hell are you singing?" I don't know if you guys saw the video, but like even at the end, they were just like, "What the hell?"
I saw the video. The problem was like Sayaka was very defiant, right? She liked the anti-tweet, but Akarin is like so
She
insecure.
doesn't want.
She deleted the
Oh,
video.
we talked
She
about
can't. She can't.
Yeah,
She
she
can't
deleted the
afford
video.
having aunties, basically. She's
Why?
scared. She wants to go get popular, so she can't afford having aunties.
Yeah,
She
that's
can't
the thing.
afford having
She's way
she
too
can't afford
scared
having
about.
people dislike her. Like she needs. It's okay for them to not like her, like not like her, but there's a difference between just being neutral or being disliked. Because being neutral means there's a chance that you could like her, but when you become disliking someone, it's hard to. And when you dislike someone, you usually try to drag other people to dislike her with you as well. So like you said, it's nothing to really worry about, but like she obviously cares because she really wants to get big, and she's always has been quite insecure, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
She needs the famous Akipi quote to Takamina: "Have the courage to be hated."
I think Akarin's like gone through a lot because she's had like her share of scandals and stuff like that. But yeah, I would hope that she had thicker skin, but that's whatever. That's a different thing.
I guess one last thing I guess to touch on is like I guess showroom, getting your showroom comments read on the showroom.
Yeah.
I guess
yeah.
that's also like a free
Yeah.
/ relatively cheap way.
I think like foreign fans are like the biggest ones of that, right? Like
You see all the
they
Indonesian
know
fans
that,
going like, "Oh, please come to Indonesia" or whatever. Or
You see that on Insta Live too.
yeah,
And to me, like honestly, I think it's all good. Like whatever, man, whatever. It's their
Do what you
it's their
can.
only way to interact with their Oshi, man. So I totally get it. I totally get it why people go for it. It's just not my thing. That's all.
Yeah. Anything that gives you better enjoyment. Like even like we make fun of like Tumblr or whatever. Like even the Tumblr girls. More power to you.
yeah. You do you. Like
Yeah.
your Oshi the way you want to like your Oshi.
Yes,
Good way to wrap
that's
But I
the
mean,
important
wrap it
thing.
up.
that's yeah.
But be careful.
Don't be.
Don't
I don't know.
don't
Don't be a fuckboy.
don't create imaginary relationships between Sayaka and Milky and stuff like that.
Don't be a stalker. That if your way is stalking the members, like following them to their apartments or following them after the shows, don't do that.
Yeah, man.
I've never done that. You live closer to them
Have
than I
you?
do. Yeah.
I remember Jeff telling me that he saw like a blog post or whatever that showed like where all the members lived.
Wow.
It's like, well, I think that's
It's
way
like
too much.
geocaching them or something.
No, it's probably like rumors or oh, this girl lives here or whatever.
Paparazzi and all that. Okay.
I don't think any one of them are big enough to be followed by paparazzi other than Sayaka.
Yeah.
For sure about
Okay. Any other thoughts on this whole topic? You guys think you guys good? Covered all our bases for the most part.
that. Yeah.
I thought we can cover all the
I think
bases.
we're
We gave you a good explanation.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone's listening to this and have any ideas or any comments, we'll read them on air.
By
or
the
something.
time they
hit us
listen
up.
to this, we'll probably be in Guam. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess
oh,
yeah,
you
to
should
tease
talk about that.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna be doing a special like mini episode of the Takoyaki Party
In Guam?
live from Guam. It's not gonna be live, but yeah. So be on the lookout for that after whenever you listen to this. I mean, it depends on how fast I edit it and get it uploaded to its proper venue. Which I think also Joe, I guess he was changing the host and all that stuff, like him changing the hosting for the podcast where you can find it. So I think he changed it from iTunes, the RSS feed and all that. So if your RSS feed channel is broken, I guess we'll hook you up with a link to that somewhere else. Look up Takoyaki Party on iTunes. You'll find it. Yeah.
Follow us on
Follow
Twitter.
us on Twitter. You want to plug that? We'll plug that in the show notes.
We have show notes.
Yeah, like the timestamps and all that crap.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess that'll be a show. So thank you for everyone who listened to us. Thank you, Ryan and Andy, for talking with me. And we'll catch you guys again next time. Peace.
Peace.
Bye bye.